My mic was muted. My mic was muted. I was talking to you. There we go. I think I'm good now. My mic was muted. I was trying to talk to y'all. I don't know if y'all could hear me, but I know y'all can hear me now. Y'all should be able to hear me now. My speaker rumbling, everything A-OK. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get it. Get out of there, Shaka Nulu, talking about the CP time. No, we not going there. We're not going there right now. We're not going there right now. But shout out to everybody who's coming on in the building. Appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you hit the like button whether you're catching this on the after it's uploaded or restreamed or whatever we calling it. Or whether you're catching it live, make sure you hit the like button. And with that said, let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
I never did that before, just dropped a bomb right at the start of the show, but I figured what the hell? What the hell? I went on and did it. Shout out to the early bird squads, those that make it in bright and early before we even get things started. Daryl L the second in the building. We got Aaron B in the building. Shaka Nulu clowning me about the CP time. That wasn't nothing but 5 minutes, man. Get out of there. Gerald Burge in the building says, "What's up?" Oheen. We got Logan JJ in the building. Shout out to you, Aaron B, once again. Logan JJ says, "How's that AMC stock?" It's down, but that's all right. That's all right. I still got some shares left in there. I punked out and pulled out. I'm regretting it now because I got more. Judge Zilla got me straight on the importance of holding, but I got a little excited and pulled out some profits when it went all the way up into the 70s, but it's dropped back down to like 50, and that's cool. I mean, it's far as we can tell, it's going to shoot back up, so it's better to be in and holding. But I did sell some shares and take some profits, but I still got something in there. So hey, it could go ahead and lean, rock, teeter. It could lean with it and rock with it all it wants. But eventually, we know that AMC is going to be going back up. It's a whole online community leading the charge, driving that bad boy. So I'm pretty confident it's going to be back up and potentially going to the moon based off. I need to take a clip of me, Judge Zilla, and Sub Zero talking about that because yeah, it was some good stuff said there that really gave me understanding that I didn't have. See, we got really smart, talented brothers in this space because even when I'm listening to all the white boys explaining it and everything, I was hearing what they were saying, but they wasn't making it click and make sense quite like the brothers. So yeah, we got it covered in here. We got it covered in the sphere, man. A lot of intelligent brothers dropping a wealth of knowledge on us. I'm invested into crypto because of this space and got money growing over there. Well, it's been kind of at a standstill, but we gonna me and Oheen gonna get into that a little bit too. But it's been kind of at a standstill. But I got money over there that's growing. Got money on AMC that's growing. I got all kind of stuff going on. This space is definitely educating brothers and helping to save lives. So shout out to all the brothers who participate in this space known as the Black Manosphere. Ill Wills in the building says, Shalom, Brother BR and Brother Oheen. Salute to all the members of the crypto gang and other brothers in the chat today. Let's get it. It's the God Hour. He said God Hour. I call my show the Grown Man Hour. He called it God Hour. Okay, cool. I can lean with it, rock with it. Ike in the building. Shout out to Ike. Shout out to Ike. Definitely. Shout out to everybody else who came through. I see Paul G, J Air, trying to salute as many people as possible. Jay Monta in the building. Black's Word 404 in the building. He says you got excited and pulled out, huh? You hit me on the Patreon saying I need to pull out some profits. Don't try to laugh at me now. You was the one saying you was one of the ones. I think you was one of the ones in the chat when it was going up and y'all saw me getting excited on the air. You was one of the ones saying pigs get slaughtered. I think that was you. I could be wrong. But anyway, let me go ahead and bring up the man of the hour, Oheen Imara, in the building. What's going on? What's going on? Hit that mute button. Hit that mute button. Hit that mute button.
What up, sir? What up? What up?
What's up?
Shout out to the family, the people in the chat, man. Great to be here as always.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I know you the crypto guy, but I know you got in on that AMC a little bit or not.
Oh yeah, man. I you know what? I wasn't even paying attention to it. I think I accidentally threw like $80 in there. And I just didn't pay attention to it. And then all of a sudden I turned around and it was worth like $358. I was like, wow, that was like, that was crazy. But you know, of course, after that, I had to throw something extra in there just to play with it. And that's the thing, the crypto gang, we actually are now that we got this crypto thing down pat, we're actually moving to day trading. So we doing things, man. We out here. We trying to win this all the way, every sector, man.
Are you talking about day trading crypto?
We talking about no. We talking about day trading stocks.
Okay, day trading crypto is scary.
Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's really scary. But
I was about to say, yeah, I might be tripping talking about that. I actually tried that for a little bit. I was like, I'm about to take.
We keep the crypto and the stock separated.
Let me go ahead and say this. I said I'm about to take $50 and just play around day trading crypto and see how it go. And it was not going well. So if I would have tried to do that with some real money, it'd have been curtains.
Yeah. Don't do that because crypto is too volatile, right? You know, it can be up $1,000 and then it'll go down $2,000. So you know, don't play with that. We basically keeping everything in its own lane. But now we done conquered the cryptocurrency thing. We know what that is. Now we move into this day trading. It's exciting. It's really exciting too. So it's about winning.
Yeah, that's interesting. See, I'm a little scared of the day trading, but this. I understand it's a thing. I understand it's a game to be played because even right now, like, well, I don't want to do it with AMC. The name of the game is just hold, but
Mm-hmm.
with AMC. But even then, with the market dropping down like this, I'm sitting there thinking, ooh, this is a good time,
Exactly.
throw a little something on there and pull it out after it go up. But no, the name of the game is holding with AMC. But
Exactly. See, there's a
yeah,
difference. There's a difference, Bernard. Like basically, you have the millionaire mentality, and this is how the crypto game rolls. You have the millionaire mentality. If when the market goes down, you get excited, right?
mm-hmm.
Because millionaires, they love to see the market go down because they know that they can strengthen their positions. And that's what the crypto game is about. So if you have that mindset, you're already on the road to winning.
Right on, right on. Man, Friday in the building says salute to Bernard Riley, bro Oheen, and the crypto gang family. Shout out to you. Appreciate you coming on through, dropping the $5 on it. Right on, right on. Let me it's a number of things I wanted to get into. Let me see. What
Yeah, I sent that to you, bro.
Oh no, yeah, I know. I had some things that I wrote down that I wanted to ask you before we
Okay.
dig deep into that. It was a number of things. Very recently, if I'm not mistaken, I was listening to a few of your streams. So I don't even know if that was your most recent one or if it was an old one. It's all running together. I went back and listened to some, but you was talking about how Elon Musk keep manipulating the game, so to speak. He's keep doing stuff, and like, go ahead and speak on that real quick. Like, what's going on with that?
Yeah, Elon Musk, man, he's whack for that, by the way. Basically, what he's doing is he's having this feud with the Securities Exchange Commission because they heavily regulate the stock market, and he's not allowed to say or do things that will manipulate the price of Tesla stock. So, in his anger and defiance of the SEC, he knows that the crypto market is basically, it's like the Wild West, right? The swings can go wildly out of control. You could put $100 into a stock, and not a stock but a coin, and then you can suddenly turn around and that $100 can turn into $5,000 and maybe even more, right? So he knows that basically because the crypto market is not regulated, he can come in here and he can do the same things he wants to do with Tesla, because there's no laws prohibiting him from doing that. So he gets in here and he shills Dogecoin, and I'm not, I don't have no problems with Dogecoin. I'm actually excited that he was able to do that, because what he actually showed us was that all of a sudden those coins that you own that basically are in the billions, they no longer have anything preventing them or holding them back, because Dogecoin does not have a coin cap. It's basically open. It's like 86 some billion coins, and it has no cap, and it's up like 30 something cent, and it went as high as 70 cents. So that means that people that own coins that has a billion supply or something like that, you are basically on your way to becoming a true millionaire, because the rules no longer apply. But this dude, Elon Musk, he is manipulating the market, because what he is doing is he is taking advantage of those emotional investors, right? You already know the crypto
AMC
game.
doing that same thing. Like
Yeah.
they putting out articles and all kind of stuff. Yeah.
So basically what they're doing is they're shaking the market. Now, this could be good, it could be bad, because if you're not really about this life, you do need to get out of it, right? But what they're trying to do is test your resolve. So if you came in and you was up 5,000, and then you turn around and you're down 2,500, is that going to make you turn and get scared and run out and just say, well, let me grab my 2,500 while I still have it, and you leave your other 25 on the table? Or are you going to have the diamond hands and say, yo, I'm going to wait and I'm going to let this go up? Because even this correction that we're experiencing right now, it's still way more than when we started. We still are up. Like nobody in the crypto gang is down. This is our new low, which is crazy, by the way. Listen, man, we on our way to being millionaires out here. Shout out to the crypto gang.
Yeah,
Yep.
shout out to Blacksword 404. He says crypto gang, we saw a 50% dip and we bought it up. We see blood in the water and come to eat. Shout out to Blacksword 404. Almost called you 304 by mistake. But shout out to Blacksword 404. Shout out to Sound the Trumpets, roll out the red carpet. Drop the Coming to America, rose petals on the ground. O'Shea Duke Jackson in the building. He says, I prefer index funds for long-term investments. Crypto is good for people who understand it. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. I don't even know how much that is translated, but I'm just dropping the I wanted to hear it again, but I don't know how much that is in Poland money. I don't know how they count their money over there. But shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. Shout out to Black Wolf Inc. in the building. Says, "What's up, Captain Oheen? I still haven't gotten my consultation yet. You better go in and get that." But before you respond to that, Black Wolf Inc. got its own special agreement. Shout out to Black Wolf Inc.
I got you, Black Wolf. Hit me with that message, man. We're gonna set up something ASAP, man. But Raleigh, the Patreon has been seeing like this ridiculous growth. So I thought that I'll be able. I'm gonna have to hire somebody to deal with the Patreon, man, because it's getting out of control. It's crazy that there is actually a market for our brothers who actually want to win at this game, man. I got to take off my hat to the brothers, man, because I didn't even realize that there was this much drive behind what we're doing in the crypto gang, man. So much love and respect to you guys, man.
How many Patreons you got at this point?
Well, we on our way to 500, but we gonna blow past that easy because dudes are joining every day. And once you get into this game, you see the world with fresh eyes, which is why I came up with this list. And this is actually what I'm doing with this list, Riley, is I'm giving you a preview of what my next book is going to focus on.
So, you know what? I knew you was gonna write another book.
Yeah,
because you wrote a book that was essentially a manosphere book, for lack of a better way to describe it. It was basically centered around a lot of the stuff that we talk about in this space ultimately.
Man, over 1,500 copies sold, bro.
Whoa! I don't even got
shout out,
I need a pause button. You got the pause button over there? You ain't got no little soundboard where you can push the little button, make the applause.
Nah.
Yeah, you gotta. I need a studio audience applause for that one, man.
Yeah, man.
That's deep. That's deep right there. But you definitely wrote that book, and then and then once you did that, you like basically made your contribution to this space, to this sector, so to speak. And then it's like you kind of transitioned and doing something else now, still connected, no doubt, but you creating your own sphere, your own sector. So man, shout out to you for that. That's a real hard to do. Basically a rebrand. That's hard to do, and you pulled it off seamlessly, man. I applaud that. But let me get through these super chats because I do want to get into these jewels you got to give us here today. But K Polymath in the building says we need to buy coins with usability for cold hold. Shout out to you. Appreciate you.
These last $2. I'm not gonna lose.
And that may very well not even be $2. That was some foreign currency as well. Genuine Trucker Tony in the building says, good morning, brother. Salute. Definitely good morning and salute to you. King Chris in the building says, crypto gang in the house. Salute, brother Oheen. Waiting for the market to dip again. We got some Wink, Win, and Safe Moon. Yes, sir. We need
There
the
you
next
go.
book. Yeah, that next book gonna be fire. The next book gonna be fire. But we kind of about to de facto get into it, man, because you let's just start right here because the title of the game today, title of the show today. I said the game. Title of the show today. How do black men win? And the first thing that you got here that we about to start on is the notion that everything that we learned is a lie. Go ahead and speak on that. Talk on that. Go ahead and talk that talk.
Definitely. So, gentlemen, the first thing to understand and how to win this game and how to win in life is to understand that everything that you have ever learned, everything that was ever taught to you is a lie. And the best thing that ever happened in your life is March 2020 when the pandemic hit us because it exposed every lie that we had ever been taught, right?
Yeah,
So
you know
basic,
I can't get jiggy with you on the pandemic, but I'm letting you go ahead and rock. Go ahead and
yeah,
rock.
yeah. Listen, the pandemic
I'm
was the
listening. I'm
best thing
listening.
that ever happened to us because it exposed the reality of the world that we lived in. So everything you've been taught in school, everything you have been taught by television, the propaganda, all this information, what has it done? It has been designed to keep you in a mental and physical prison, to keep you from thinking outside the box and keeping you at a place where you're no more than a worker bee, right? So when 2020 comes around, what happened? It forces you off of your dependence of government and of being an employee. It forces you to think outside the box to make your daily bread, right? So even though people were getting, you know, unemployment and things like that, you still had to come up with ways to supplement that income. So a lot of dudes have mentally progressed and starting to see the world for what it actually is. And in order for you to be successful, that is the first thing you have to understand is that everything that you have ever been taught about school, about work, about women, about life, about religion, everything is a lie. That is the first step.
Mm, right on, right on. Shout out to little big Nate in the building. See people following on in here. We got 130 people in here. Hit that like button. Let people know that you're in here. We only got 78 on the likes, but this good knowledge, this good game. Ain't no reason why we shouldn't be over 100 likes. So make sure y'all definitely hit that like button. Now you say the USA is a prison. How's
Mhm.
the most freest country, the most free, the land of the free, the home of the brave? How is this a prison? break, break that down for us. Break that
So,
down.
bro, this is a truth that people, but especially black men, must understand, right? See, we have lived again, it goes back to number one. Everything we have learned is a lie. Like you say, you think that you're free, right? You think that you are an American citizen. You think you have rights. You think that you are entitled to things. But what black men must understand is this is not your country. This is your prison, right? Now, again, we thought that we were free, but we see that with everything, the world is against us. You see that laws are passed to keep us in a particular position. You see that the narrative against us is very strong. For black men, we have to understand that this is our prison. We are not American citizens. And if you believe that, just take a look at all of the social issues and ills that we have had, not even recently. Go back to the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Look at everything that has happened to us as a group, a group of men, a group of black men. everything that has happened to us. The United States is not our country. It is our prison. Right now, don't get me wrong. Your white citizens and your Hispanic and your Asian citizens, they're going through their own struggles. But specifically for black men, the United States is our prison, right? And to basically help you understand that, you as black men have to understand that you are here for 3 reasons. You ready for this? You ready for this? Riley, you ready?
Let's go.
You here for 3 reasons. The first reason is you are here to be blamed for all of America's societal ills, right? So if it's crime happening, violence happening, anything negative, you are here to take the blame for that. That is the first reason that you are here in the United States. The second reason that you are here in the United States is because you have been put here to be a medical guinea pig, right? Hence the Tuskegee Airmen, hence the medical apartheid, hence if you get this shot, we'll give you some weed or some beer or some burgers. You heard about that, Riley?
Get the shot, they give you.
In New York.
I did hear something about that, to where if you go and get the vaccine, they basically they're doing stuff to lure you in. They giving burgers and beer and and lap dances and stuff
exactly. And in New York, if you get the shot, they'll give you some weed. So they're doing everything. So who do you think that they are basically advertising these promotions to? You see what I'm saying? So you, as a black man, you are a medical guinea pig. That's the second reason you're here. The third reason that you are here is for entertainment. You are here to entertain. So if you don't dribble a basketball or catch a football, if you're not singing and dancing, if you're not rapping, if you're not acting in a movie, these are the things that you were meant to do. That's, so those are the 3 reasons that you are in this prison. But keep in mind, you are definitely in a prison. So you're blamed for crime. You're a medical guinea pig, and you're here for entertainment. Those are the only 3 reasons we're here.
All right. So if that's the case, if we accept that premise is true, then so do you become free just by getting your money up? Then, in your perspective, then if that's the case, I could just say it's a prison. If just striving and getting money makes you free, or are we still slaves even after we get rich off the crypto?
Oh man, you're going into the third one, right? The third rule for you to win this game is to understand that the government is your biggest enemy. Keep in mind, it's not white supremacy, it's not black women, it's the government. They are your biggest enemy. Why? Because they have actively spent hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars, to make sure that black people stay in a stagnant position. We cannot deny that the United States government has effectively flooded our neighborhoods with drugs, flooded our neighborhood with narcotics, guns, and different kinds of things that would definitely destroy the community, right? We cannot deny that, right? So how does this relate to your question, Riley? Now that more black men are starting to join into the cryptocurrency markets, now that black men are starting to get into investments, what is your man Joe Biden doing right now, bro? What is he doing? All of a sudden, he wants to tax you to death. Now that they see that my man Jazz Jackson and Ill Wills, my man Genius Trucker and Man Friday is starting to start their investment accounts, they're starting to realize that they can it raised their net worth by investing. Suddenly your man Joe Biden, he cut the it used to be that if you had $20,000 or more, you would automatically be reported to the IRS. Your man Biden came through and lowered that. Now it's 10,000. If you get 10,000 in investments, you are immediately reported to the IRS and they immediately start tracking you. Why? Because they're here to rob you, fam. They're here to take what you have. And this is what I am saying, is that you have to understand that government is not here to help you. I don't trust anything they say. Riley, if they did a PSA telling us to drink water, I would instantly start drinking soda. I do not trust the government. I'm telling you. So as black men, we have to understand that they are not here to help us. The fact that they're trying to sell you on weed and beer and out, and burgers and stuff like that just to get a shot, that has to raise the alarms, bro. That has to make you, why are they doing this? The government is never giving you anything for free, So so I hope that answered your question, bro.
Shout out to Clue in the building. Says hashtag crypto gang. Shout out to Jazz Jackson. Says, gentlemen, good morning to the crypto gang and General Oheen and General Riley. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate your support. Make sure we hitting that like button in here. Make sure we hitting that like button in here. And moderators, I'm here for the crime. Let's make sure that we drop in Oheen links in the chat. Let's drop his channel, the Crypto Gang Podcast. Let's make sure we drop in that one. And also let's drop his Patreon, because I do want him to get a couple new Patreon members to sign up officially, join the Crypto Gang, become a Patreon. And I think when they become a Patreon, they basically in line for a consultation, correct?
Oh, definitely. Like, listen, when you join the Crypto Gang, you are part of a family. You are part of a unit. We work together. We got our Discord popping. We got our group me. Any questions you have, you can ask Riley. If you got a question at 3 a.m, you can go on group me or Discord with us, and you can ask that question, and it's going to be hundreds of dudes waiting to answer that question for you. Right. We are full unit, man. We do this for real. But man.
You're not selling like a course or nothing like that, are you?
Nah, we I do my live streams. We all interact. I like the interacting stuff. I like that the guys ask me questions, stuff like that. So we okay.
No, what I wanted to say, just nothing against people who selling crypto courses and all of that stuff. Do your thing. I'm not knocking it or not hating on it, but I do want to point out that becoming a $5 Patreon is pretty much all it takes to get you full access to everything he's talking about, and all the access to the people you could talk to all through the night. Ask, like he said, 3 a.m, you got a question. It's somebody up that's in the crypto gang that can help you out with it. So we just talking a $5 Patreon, get you a consultation with the founder of the movement.
Now, here's the thing, Riley. We are international, bro.
Oh yeah.
So while we're asleep, it's somebody on the other side of the planet, and it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon for them. So they just, they just hanging around, they putting up the posts and all of that. It's amazing the people that I have met on this journey for us to build wealth as black men. It's incredible,
Yeah, absolutely. Laro in the building. He says, love the guest Bernard. Hashtag ching ching. Shout out to Laro. Appreciate it. Shout out to my man Red Sings the Blues. Have you ever been on this show? Have you interviewed with this brother?
Oh yeah, he brought me on this show, man.
Oh yeah, I thought so.
He's joining the team, man. He's joining the Real Pill team, man. So I love when young brothers, Riley, man, I gotta tell you a story.
Go ahead.
We had basically I had a consultation with a young brother. I ain't gonna say his name, but when basically I'm doing a consultation. I asked this dude, I seen him, I was like, yo, how old are you? And this dude said he was 17 years old, bro. It blew my mind that I say, wait a minute, this is a 17-year-old kid. He could be taking his money and he could be chasing these chicks like we all did stupidly when we were that age. He could be out here buying sneakers and clothes. And this kid took his money to join our team, man. Do you understand the dedication, the devotion, the drive, the focus that you have to be 17 years old and say that you want to get with this? I promise you, this dude, once this happens, he will never work a day in his life. This is incredible. And Red Sings the Blues is another young man that came into the game like that. So shout out to him. Please join that man's channel if you haven't already. We got to support this guy right here, man. Red Sings the Blues. Shout out to you.
Right on, right on. Yeah, Miles, I can drop Red Sings the Blues channel in the chat as well. But shout out to him. He says, if you aren't in crypto, you ain't winning. Obsidian said that who does see, come on, we're trying to bring up stuff from the last show. He says Obsidian said that who does crypto is or people who do crypto is anti-social. I'm debating him on business and content creation. Yeah, man. Shout out to Red Sings of Blues. Appreciate you coming on through. That should be. Go ahead.
I don't know if Obsidian said that.
He did. He
did. Okay. Well, I don't think that is that you're antisocial. What I think it is that you have to have the discipline to delay immediate gratification. This is one of the biggest failures that we have as Black people and especially Black men. We have to delay immediate gratification. So basically, if I came to you, Bernard, and said, here's my deal for you. From your high school age up to 25, you can't hang out at no parties, you can't hang with your friends, you can't do nothing with women, right? But at the age of 25, you will have enough wealth for the rest of your life, and then you would be able to do anything you want. Does that sound like a good deal to you?
It does, but there's a but there.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, no, so I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. That is a good deal. It's a great deal. It's a great deal.
This is what
it takes. Like you said, it takes discipline to pull that off. Discipline at a young age.
Exactly, and that's why I told you the story about the 17-year-old. Oh, hold on 1 second. People disturbing me during my stream.
Well, while you handle that, I'll just go ahead and read what Obsidian is saying right here. He says, Bernard Riley, whew. Once again, I'm being misquoted. Come on, Red Sings Blues. You know better than that. It's hard to pull out the direct quote down to the syllable because it was said perhaps off the cuff on a panel. But he did say something along the lines with the guys in the... I'm not rehashing it. We're just going to accept his word. He said he was misquoted, but he did say something about crypto and anti-socialness. So I'll just leave that there. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not even about to... You said what? All right. So let's go ahead. You are muted. I don't know if you know that you
No, my fault. My brother, he keeps bothering me. He doesn't take no for an answer. Like, bro, I'm doing something. I'll call you back. So, you know.
What do you want right now? Like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, I'm on live, bro. I'll call you back. But you know, my brother, he never takes no for an answer. If he calls me and I ignore it, he calls me like 5 times till I answer. I don't know what it is. But yeah, man. But this is what we're offering. Basically, you have to delay immediate gratification. Now, this is something that I failed at when I was younger because I made the mistake of chasing women and I got distracted and that ultimately led me down the path of slavery. But if somebody could have broken it down to me that way, if they said, listen, if you go through high school, you totally forget about women and hanging out and all of those things, and at 25 you can have anything you want. That's an excellent deal. And that's what we have to teach our young brothers. And this is the mindset that we have to have in order to win at this game. Because you see, dudes are talking about they want those 9s and 10s. Well, with your focus and your discipline and your success, you can have that as a regular. You don't have to, fight and get dating courses and stuff like that to try to figure out how to trick these chicks. You, with your success and your confidence and the fact that you're winning, they will come to you. I kind of gave away one of my rules right there with that, but we'll still talk about it.
Right on, right on. And no, this segues right into the point. A job is slavery. Now that's something I definitely wanted to speak to you on. Somebody coming from doing blue collar work. I done strapped on them steel toe boots in the morning from sun up to sundown. I done been there. I done that working for the man, as they say. And a lot of times that's what you got to do. That's what majority of people do, of all races. That's they got to it doesn't necessarily work like that where you can't have a big industrialized economy if every individual works for themselves. That means there would be no employees. I mean, everybody's got their own lemonade stand, so to speak. So there's always going to be employees. But I agree with you that no matter where you're at, even if you got to work that job, even if you got to work for the man, should be trying to build something on the side, and hopefully that on the side thing can take over that that day job and them steel toes. And, so I'm definitely for that, and I've technically done that. My self-employment has replaced income doing blue collar work, even a blue collar job in the trades. My income has my self-employment income has replaced that. So I'm definitely for that, but I still got a lot of respect for the brother who got a job putting that food on the table for his family. But I understand you got a position on that when you're working for somebody else. That say that job is slavery, and there's definitely a there. So go ahead and lay that out. You got it.
So basically, gentlemen, we have been raised to be worker bees. But here's the reality. And listen, here's the crazy part about what I'm about to say. Up to this point, everything that I've said, right, has been designed to wake people up and make them look at their world differently so they can do better. But here's the horrible part, and here's the reality. Most of the people that are listening to this and will listen to this later, they will not receive any of this information. They are comfortable in their prisons. So what I'm telling you to do is to walk out of your prison. And for a lot of people, they are perfectly happy in the prisons that they live in. So no matter what I say right now about a job being slavery, there's going to be a bunch of people that are going to reject what I'm saying and deny it because they like being worker bees. They like working for other people. They like making other people rich. What do
you think about that? I remember I used to say at one point in my life, because this is going back to when I was married, and we would try to start a business here, a business there, lose money trying to do this, lose money trying to do that. Things wasn't working, and I used to just be like, man, don't nothing pay like a paycheck. I was like,
you see?
Yeah, that's where I was at with it.
And Riley, that's the system that the government has created. This has been created in a think tank to make sure that you fear going out there and do for yourself. But look at what we're doing right now. We're on the Bernard Riley show. So basically, at some point, you said, I got to do something, bro. Right?
Yeah. I was always trying. It was just getting things to work. Put it like that.
But Riley, remember when your one of your first videos was about my meme and this suck ass dude Derek Jackson misinterpreting it, right?
Yeah.
You wasn't getting no views then. But look now. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You put in the work and you kept grinding.
Yeah.
Now you are one of the staples in the male space. Like most people don't really come through the male space if they don't come through you right now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get on the Bernard Riley show, but look at where it started from, bro. And that's what I'm talking about. You gotta have that push power because you could have quit on this and we would have never had the Bernard Riley show. You see what I'm saying? And
Right on.
most dudes are comfortable with losing. That's a reality that we have to accept. Like we be out here trying to teach dudes how to win, and they be like, fam, I'm comfortable with losing. And it don't compute to us because we about winning, right? Like I used to work at Rikers Island, right? I was working for the Board of Ed, but it was at Rikers Island. And a kid came up to me one time and he was telling me he couldn't read. And that couldn't compute to me. I couldn't understand that because where I come from, everybody can read. That's just some shit that you do. You know what I'm saying? Like you would get an ass whooping for failing to meet your educational responsibilities by your parents. You know what I'm saying? So that blew my mind that this kid was telling me he could not read. You know what I'm saying? It couldn't compute to me. And then finally I had to realize that damn, some people actually can't read. That's how I feel about dudes when we're talking about finance. I come here to teach dudes to win, but you got some dudes that say, I don't want to win. I like losing. You know what I'm saying? So I have to come to grips with that. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Uh-oh, my man got staff and everything. That's what's up, Riley.
You know, what's some, you know.
So back to jobs being slavery. Basically, we have been taught backwards, Riley. One day, I was in a park and I was in Central Park, and I'm at work, and I'm looking at all these white people, and they pushing strollers, and they jogging, and they going in and out the Apple store, and they just doing whatever the hell they want to do, yoga, whatever, right? And I'm sitting there, and I'm angry and confused. I'm like, what are all of these people doing in this park? Shouldn't they be at work? You see the slave thinking? I was a slave. I was giving my time for money. And they were making their money work for them. So while I was at work busting my ass, wasting my life away, these people were sitting in the park knowing that their money was working for them. And I'm sitting here like a slave, angry at them because they were smart enough to understand the science. This is why the crypto gang is growing so hard, because once you understand that your money should be working, Riley, we make money while we're asleep, bro. There's not a day that goes by that I don't wake up and my portfolio doesn't tell me I made you money while you were sleeping. I make money. I'm making money right now. And this is the thing that we have not learned as Black men. We have been taught to work for our money, which means that we are wasting our life energy on a bullshit repetitious job, while the rest of the people were smart enough to learn how to make their money grow for them. The fact that you were talking about investing in AMC and stuff, this is unheard of from our group of men. We don't usually do this. We spend our money on cars and women and all kinds of bullshit that doesn't matter. But the fact that I seen one of these a white kid. He walked into the Apple store. Now, if anybody has ever been to any Apple store, you know one of the things that you understand about the Apple store is it does not have any prices. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm telling the truth about that. There are
The
no
Apple Store
prices.
don't. Hold on, wait. You just.
When you go to the Apple Store in Times Square, there are no prices listed because the concept is if you have to ask how much it costs, you can't afford it. So if you've ever, I don't know if that's true like in other states, but I know here in New York, in Times Square, if you walked into the Apple Store, there are no prices listed. There's no
That's
price.
news to me. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I'm telling you, we did because we did. Yo, real money is here, man. Real money. Like we talking about, you walk past millionaires and billionaires every day in New York, and you don't even know it. You see what I'm saying? So, basically, what I saw was this white kid. He had a raggedy T-shirt. He had on holy jeans, and he went into the store and he picked up 2 Thunderbolt monitors. He gave his card, swiped, and he left. You know how much Thunderbolt monitors cost?
No.
This kid was it's anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000, maybe even more, depending on the model that you get.
Mm-hmm.
He just swiped and he just left. No worries, nothing. We sitting here counting and pinching pennies because we're working, right? We are letting somebody else dictate how much we get paid and when we get paid. Somebody is controlling our lives. So if they suddenly turn off the faucet for us, now we're sitting here stressing about bills. We're getting angry. What are we going to do now? How are we going to pay this rent? Because we're letting other people control our destiny. That whole thing, you seen the movies. I done worked for 25 years and I did an honest day work for an honest day pay. That's stupid shit. That's what losers say. We've been taught how to lose, man. So they try to make us think that that is how we're supposed to be living, because if you master the concept that your money is supposed to work for you, game over. You are never going back to the slave plantation ever again. Once you learn about margin accounts, once you learn about the fact that you could throw $2,000 into a margin account and they will credit you $8,000 to $10,000 more just to invest, and then you use that and make $1 and you come out with like $2,000 that day, you're never going back to work. You're never doing that. So basically, jobs are slavery because they control what you do. They control when you get paid. They control how you get paid. They basically dictate your life. And what we have to understand as Black men is, instead of letting people provide us with fish, we have to learn how to fish. So I hope that answered the question.
Good stuff, man. I like when you said they can turn the faucet off. That reminds me of, I don't know if you saw when Roland Martin was debating King Randall. You know about that situation?
No.
King Randall, that's the young brother. I think he's 21 years old, and he built a school and all kind of, yeah, you know.
King. Oh, I know him. Yeah, King. Yeah, I did a show on
it. And that's something that he had explained to Roland Martin when he was talking about dependency on the government. He was like, basically, if you give somebody the ability to feed you, you're also giving them the ability to starve you.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
So yeah, that's deep. Go ahead.
I'm glad you said that, because that brings me to another thing that I actually didn't put on here. Stop listening to these old ass niggas who are teaching you how to be a fucking dinosaur. Stop listening to these old niggas who's teaching you the old way. What you have to understand is that the old world is dead. There's no more R&B songs on the radio no more. There's none of that. All right. We're not using rotary phones anymore. We're not using tape cassettes. That shit is done. I'm tired of these old ass niggas with the mentality of back in my day. Fuck that. We're not living there anymore. This is the new world. Crypto is the future. People don't even use money anymore, Riley. We on crypto right now. I found $20 in one of my pockets and I was fucking confused because I don't use money anymore. Crypto is the future. Stop listening to these old ass niggas with these old ass ideas. And you see, what's this dude name? What's the fat bat? Roland Martin. He's basically His dependence is on the government. That's how he was raised. So if the government don't do it, who's going to do it? And King said, I did it. I opened my house and I taught the kids in my community. I did it. And Roland Martin was confused about that. It did not compute, because all he understands is how to be a slave and depend on other people for his daily bread. He's still sad about being fired from CNN. He's still trying to get on CNN. Right. You know what I'm saying? So stop listening to these old ass niggas with these old ass ideas that do not work in the modern day. So I'm glad you brought that up, Riley.
Yeah, absolutely. Hold on, I had to get up. Make my way back to the seat for a second. Had to do something. Shout out to Mr. Pump and Dump in the building. He says, "Hey brothers, what is the best app to download for Android as far as crypto wallet? As far as the crypto wallet, because a lot of them have bad reviews." Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that.
Well,
go ahead, you got it.
For centralized wallets, you're gonna have to deal with Coinbase or Binance.us, and you can use as well. What's these two brothers exchange? The Gemini exchange. So you for centralized, you can use Binance.us, you can use Coinbase, or you can use Gemini exchange. There's a couple more, but you can use any one of those three for centralized. For decentralized, you could use Trust Wallet, Atomic Wallet, or Exodus.io, right? So real quick, centralized means that the government is watching. They can see what you're doing. Decentralized means that you own it 100%. So with the centralized wallet, the government owns that. With decentralized wallet, you are your own bank. So just a quick, rundown of that.
Right on. My something is going off here. I think that's my Cash App going off. Let me double check, see if somebody has hit the Cash App. It looks like who is this? Who we got? Blur in the building with a Cash App. Shout out to Blur Monster. Shout out to you. Appreciate the Cash App. Appreciate you. And shout out to Mr. Pump and Dump once again. My man Lil Big Nate in the building. He just hit me right on cue. Hit me with a $10 Cash App. I always say this. I can't promote Little Big Nate enough. That is by far just oratorically the most talented brother in this space. Obsidian got some experience on him, but Obsidian and Little Big Nate, them two, those. But Little Big Nate, far as somebody being young, well, not young, but was YouTube channel young. Put it like this: YouTube channel young, up and coming. Yeah, Little Big Nate. I can't promote him enough. Moderators, drop Little Big Nate's link in the chat. Y'all go sub to Little Big Nate, and hopefully y'all continuing. Y'all see you, American Negro. You still dropping Oheen's link in the chat. You dropping his YouTube channel. Make sure y'all dropping his Patreon as well. But Little Big Nate, I can't promote Little Big Nate enough. He's definitely an extremely talented brother, extremely entertaining, informative, just the whole works, man. If you ain't over there checking out Little Big Nate, you're doing yourself a disservice. So shout out to Little Big Nate in the building. But it was a couple more people who donated. Cool Kamazi in the building. He says, "What's your thoughts on KuCoin, Mr. Oheen?"
KuCoin is cool. Yeah, you can definitely check that out. There's a lot of wallets you can choose from, but of course, make sure that when you select a wallet, it has been around for 3 years or more. Make sure that it has a good track record. Those things are important because you have some exchanges, they come for a short time and then they can just close down and not tell you nothing, and your coins will get stuck there. So you want to deal with wallets that have been around since the beginning. Exodus has been around since before 2017. Coinbase has been around since before 2017. Same thing with Binance and stuff like that. So look at their ages, and that will tell you if they're the real deal and if they're here to stay. So that would be my advice.
Right on, right on. Good stuff, good stuff. Clue in the building. For decentralized, I use Exodus and Trust for rare startup coins. Thank you for the super
Fact.
chat.
Shout out to my family, Clue.
Yeah, shout out to Clue. Appreciate you. Black Wolf Inc. back in the building. Shout out to Black Wolf. Well, if I didn't even play the howl, I cut it early. I'm a what? Black Wolf Inc. in the building. He said, "How would you suggest properly entering into crypto, and which coins do you have the most confidence in? Also, where the come on, man.
Well,
come on, man.
Talking with me. Listen, the crypto game we like at grandmaster level. So pretty much most of the coins you talk about, we own a lot of. But again, for safety, you can put your money into Bitcoin and Ethereum for safety. But if you want to get rich, you want to look at the things like XRP. You want to look at Cardano. You want to look at Tron TRX. You want to look at all of those altcoins that have a purpose. They want to do something, right? So the like I said, you're going to be safe with Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you want to get rich, you got to look at those projects that are providing a service. So like I said, Cardano, XRP, Tron TRX. Everybody knows who my baby is.
Unfair.
You see, right? I don't know him, that's the only girlfriend I got right now. I feel like that right there is going to be a sleeper hit. I think that thing is going to make me a super multi-millionaire when that explodes, because it's about gambling. Like I said, I'm in from that. I read, I read about them all the time, but like I said, all of this, like I said, I'm not giving financial advice, because you guys got to do your own research. So that's the first thing I tell you to do. Definitely do your own research. But Bitcoin and Ethereum will definitely keep you safe. The altcoins will make you rich. So you just look at the projects, check out the ones that you like. If you just now getting into the crypto game, I would suggest that you look for coins that are maybe $1 or less, because that'll allow you to buy a whole bunch. Things like BitTorrent, it's not even 1 cent yet, but it's coming up in the rank. So I would, take a look at those types of projects. So that would be my advice. Yep.
Where I remember you mentioned something about XRP. You said that's one that is liable to get you rich. I remember you said something very recently. How you said that, like, it's getting close to the point to where it's going to be too late if you don't hop in.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
You don't hop in on XRP. Why is that? Like, what's going on? Like, what is it, like, expected to blow or something? Like any day now? Like, what's the deal with that?
XRP is going to be is basically going to replace the SWIFT protocol. So if people don't know what the SWIFT protocol is, that is the protocol that makes sure that your money gets to your bank account, right? All transactions are currently done with the SWIFT protocol. The problem is the SWIFT protocol was created in the 1970s and it's slow as hell. So if I want to send my man B Riley $100,000, basically today is the 5th of June. Riley would not be able to touch it somewhere until July 5th, right? So it would take him 3 weeks to a month to actually be able to touch that money. That's how slow the SWIFT protocol is. However, based on what XRP wants to do, if I send Bernard Riley $100,000 right now, the time is 10:20, he will get it at 10:21. So XRP is going to be the system and the protocol that all exchanges are made on in the system. So all financial transactions will go through XRP, right? So this is why I say don't ever sell it, because this right here, you think Bitcoin went up to 60,000. If you holding some XRP, it's gonna go way past that. So, and I'm not saying it's going to do that tomorrow. I'm not going to say it's doing it next week, but I'm just saying hold on to your XRP. And you already know that they're currently being sued by the Securities Exchange Commission, right? Well, based on the results of that, and it looks like XRP is winning in this case. And based on the results of that, you might see XRP skyrocket. It might break out to 10, 20. Some people are projecting $100, you know? So that's my thing. XRP is going to be the lifeblood. After a while, regular retail investors won't even be able to buy it. They're only the wealthy and institutions will be able to buy it. So it'll be cut off, you know? So definitely look into that coin, do your investigations, of course. Do not just take my word for it, but go ahead and read up about it, get as much information, and then if you can, go ahead and buy some XRP.
Right on. Good stuff. You said that taxes are for I like this one. Taxes are for poor people. Taxes are for poor people. Before we get into that, I got some people coming through. Clue keep coming back through. This tends to happen when you hear we end up getting peppered with questions. We can't even get into what we was talking about, but that's cool. Clue in the building. He says, get a bunch of Ethereum before July. Crypto gang knows why. Thank you very much for that. He says, Cell is my baby. All please look into DOT, SNX, KSM, Theta. A good 5-10 year coin is AGI, aka Singularity Net, aka Skynet. Shout out to you. Appreciate you coming on through. I have no idea how much that is right there, but thank you for the super chat. I used to I googled it one time to figure it out. I had to Google figure that out. I don't even know what that SEK. What is that? What that is?
I have to look at that. There's so many cryptos out here. I don't even know.
Oh, you got something you trying to share for us?
Yeah. So basically, like you said, you know, taxes are for poor people. So I just wanted to show some evidence of that. But you know, I'll go ahead and you're still doing your super chat.
No, we good.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Yeah. So basically,
that's from Swedish. That's where that's from. That SEK. That's what that's from. Shout out to you. Shout out to Billing Slaymeister who got us right on that one. Thank you.
Okay. So basically, as black men, this is another thing that we need to understand is that taxes are for poor people. And this brings us back to the reason that a job is slavery, right? Do you know why the government wants people to work?
Why?
Because of a W-2 form, right? W-2 forms are actually the signal that allows them to take your money in advance. See, if you have a W-2 form, they'll tell you, listen, you made $2,000 this week, but we took 1,000, and they just give you the scraps, right? And that's why basically if you get a W-2 form, just know that you're basically in slavery and the government is robbing you. Now, I'm not telling you to quit your job today, but I am telling you to start putting yourself in a position where you get multiple streams of income so you can eventually get off of the drug of being an employee and depending on others. Okay, let me repeat that again. I'm not telling you to quit your job today. I'm telling you to put yourself in the position where you can get multiple sources of income and then you can eventually get off of the drug of depending on people giving you a check, right? So now, basically, taxes are for poor people. And that's what a W-2 is. It wants to take your money from you in advance because the IRS does not want you to have the ability or the option to use tax write-offs and to use different things to limit your tax liability, right? The rich understand this and they use it to their example. So with that, I want to show you this real clip of Clinton versus Donald Trump in 2016 about his taxes. Let's go.
You just say that example of bait and switch here.
Well, we need some. Hold on.
40 years, everyone.
Oh no.
voted for
Good.
You couldn't hear it?
Well, my speaker kind of low. She was lower than you, but I think everybody else could hear it. I just couldn't hear it. But
Okay.
if y'all can hear it in the chat, if y'all having a hard time hearing it, just let us know. But other than that, just go ahead and let it roll.
Okay.
And shout out to Che Mack. Shout out to Che Mack.
All right.
returns. You can go and see nearly, I think, 39, 40 years of our tax returns, but everyone has done it. We know the IRS has made clear there is no prohibition on releasing it when you're under audit. So you've got to ask yourself, why won't he release his tax returns? And I think there may be a couple of reasons. First, maybe he's not as rich as he says he is. Second, maybe he's not as charitable as he claims to be. Third, we don't know all of his business dealings, but we have been told through investigative reporting that he owes about $650 million to Wall Street and foreign banks. Or maybe he doesn't want the American people, all of you watching tonight, to know that he's paid nothing in federal taxes, because the only years that anybody's ever seen were a couple of years when he had to turn them over to state authorities when he was trying to get a casino license, and they showed he didn't pay any federal income tax. So
That makes
if
me
he's
smart.
paid,
Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that? So she said he didn't pay any federal taxes. And he said, that makes me smart. Because Donald Trump said, if you get a 1099 or any other type of, tax form other than W-2, and you are paying taxes, you are an idiot. You are an idiot, because only poor people pay taxes. Why? Because rich people, they go to financial advisors, they go to tax professionals, they use all of the tax law to their advantage, and they pay very little, if any, taxes. This dude has not paid taxes for over 20 years. Basically, Warren Buffett said his secretary pays more taxes than he does. Only poor people pay taxes. And this is why I said a job is slavery, because poor people don't understand tax law. And they don't understand that W-2 forms are a trap to keep you on that plantation so they can just rob you without any fuss or any hassle. Basically, these dudes are your pimp, and they're taking your money out your pocket and they leave you the scraps. So taxes are for poor people. I did a show on my Patreon to show how to legally avoid the tax man, because there are a number of ways you can, there's a number of options that you have where you can basically put your middle finger up to the tax man, and it's all legal, it's all legit. And this is why they want more people working, because once you have that power, because Bernard Raleigh, you have that power, right? Because soon as Google hits you with that tax return at the end of the year, what Bernard Raleigh do? I spent money on my StreamYard membership.
I got so much equipment in here. I got 17 employees. Y'all just saw me hand the coffee to somebody. I got
Right?
to pay that person at least $20,000 a year to hand me that coffee.
Exactly. And then you got to pay to keep the lights on. You got to pay your cable bill, right? All of that is a part of the show. You got a wardrobe that you got to wear, right? You got studio design.
My JC Penney suit, they cost $10,000 a pop, man.
Exactly, right? And this is how you legally, when you go to a tax professional, when you go to a financial advisor, this is what they do. And all of this is legal. And this is what this is how the rich use the tax law to benefit them. But if you are basically an employee, if you have a job, if you get a W-2 form, you can't do any of this. You can't do any of it. Again, taxes are for poor people.
Good stuff, man. The Gold Eagle 99 says thoughts on V-Chain. Also, your thoughts on up and coming self-yielding coins like HODL, Moon, Shield, in Safe Mars.
Yeah,
See, man,
they
it be
coming
stuff
out with some bullshit.
I don't be knowing what's going on with some of these. I thought he was about to say Safe Moon, Safe Mars.
Yeah, they got
Safe
a safe
Jupiter,
Mars.
Pluto, and Venus, and all kind of stuff. Damn. But oh wait, you could just hold your thought on that one because I got a few things. Shoot, I hope I didn't lose that one. Come back. I think that was it right there. He says, oh, he came right back with another one. Says, Brother Oheen, are you familiar with Shiba Inu coins? Your thoughts? So I guess he got multiple questions on the table, and you could deal with those.
All right, so V Chain, yo, get that. I got a lot of V Chain coins. Do you know what they do, Riley? They are basically the individuals that coin is designed to keep track of all shipments at loading docks and things like that. So they have partnerships with Nike and a lot of other big names. I think Microsoft is one of them as well. But basically, they are the ones that are going to be keeping track of all the barcodes that come in on the ships and the docks and all of those different things. So that's going to be a really big coin because it's going to be a part of the ledger. You're going to know where everything is. It's designed to stop counterfeiting. So, basically those fake Gucci bags and those fake, Prada and red bottoms and all of that. This coin has the protocol to verify if your items are authentic or if they are, basically fake, or counterfeit, So definitely look into V-Chain. I'm not telling you to buy it, but definitely look into it. And as far as Shiba Inu, they're doing pretty good. I don't know what exactly they do, but I know that they are fluctuating. They are currently at 5 zeros, but I think that they fluctuate between 5 and 4. They have some notoriety. They're on a couple of exchanges. I know they're on Binance, so I think that's helping raise their price, but I don't know much about it. So definitely do your research. And Safe Mars, I don't know. It's too close to Safe Moon. Just be careful. You can throw a little $50 in and see what happens. If you're trying to diversify your portfolio, but don't put anything in there that's gonna, make you stay up late at night.
Yeah, I'm still on that. When you was talking about only poor people pay taxes, it was one thing real interesting that I was listening to Thomas Sowell, and he was talking about how Democrats always talking about raising taxes on the rich. And he was talking about how pointless that is because the higher you raise the taxes on the rich, the more creative they're going to get in figuring out a way to not pay the taxes. So it just looks good on the political campaign slogan. I'm going to raise taxes on the rich. I'm going to lower the taxes for the working class. But when you do that, you're basically making it to where the government has less money to work with because the rich are just not going to pay it. The rich not going to pay it, and so the liberals who their stock in trade is they're out to help the little guy using government funding, but when they run on they're going to raise taxes for the rich to get more funding to the government, they get less funding to the government, which means the government got less to help the little guy. So they ain't helping no damn body. They're just saying something that sounds good and feel good. Raising taxes on the rich sounds good and feels good, but it's really no such thing as doing that because they not gonna pay the shit. They just not. But shout out to Jonathan Barronville in the building. Oh, let me turn my speaker down just a little bit so it ain't got no background noise. Jonathan Barronville in the building. He says, I disagree with this brother on a number of his points, but I love seeing black men doing the damn thing and putting in the work. Brother Oheen Imara, give me an ETH address so I can slide something your way. Shout out to Jonathan Barronville with the hold on with the $50 super chat.
$50. So that makes you rich?
It's a start. Damn.
And the good brother Jonathan Barronville came right back at us with another $50. He says, my XMR doesn't exist, so I can't be taxed on XMR. I don't own. If you know, you know. Because I don't know. I'm
That's,
sitting there trying, I
that's,
don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
well, see, here's the thing. Um, Pretty much when you have a decentralized wallet, you are pretty much not visible, right? And the wallet was designed to keep you protected because there's a lot of hackers out here that are basically trying to steal people's crypto. Like that's their job all day,
Damn.
right? So when they created decentralized wallets, the reason they work is because they are disconnected from any system. So let's say you started the decentralized wallet and all of us in this chat um, have accounts with you. Even if somebody hacked you and got into it, they still wouldn't be able to touch us. Why? Because you can't identify us. You don't know where we are. We're not connected to you. So that's basically decentralized wallets, cold storage wallets. They keep you safe from being hacked. But at the same time, it keeps people from digging into your pockets. That's why the government likes centralized exchanges because they can watch what you're doing and then they can freeze and close accounts or whatever, but they can't do that with you. Now, keep in mind, you're gonna have to deal with the tax man. This is not a safety net for avoiding the tax man or anything. You're gonna have to deal with them. But what the decentralized wallet allows you to do is come from a more informed perspective. You get to go to your tax professional, you get to go to the financial advisor, and y'all get to devise the plan that will allow you to legally avoid paying high taxes. So that's what basically decentralized wallets are, you know? So it's basically not having a bunch of people in your business.
Mm-hmm. He says, some of us need a stable job to support our families. That's what K Polymath said.
Well,
Thank you.
yo, listen, keep doing that because if you're not gonna if you, at some point if you don't get up and say, well, I need to do something that makes sure that I'm in control of whether my finances are stable and not depend on somebody else. Like I said, what did I say to you, Riley? What did I say to you? I said, no matter what I say, you're gonna have some people who are in love with their current position in life. You're not going to be able to persuade them anything different. So, you know, and this is why the rich are not worried about a bunch of people entering into their neighborhood because they know the things that we have learned as children, the propaganda we have been taught, for a lot of people that's stuck in their heads. That's who they are, you know, and they don't have any desire to change. So, you know, if you feel like going to work every day and working for 40 years for somebody else to retire on a bullshit pension, if that works for you, keep doing it, fam. Keep doing it. More power to you.
Yeah, like I said in the beginning, the way that everything is set up, that yes, there's going to be an overwhelming majority of people who are going to have to get a job. And sometimes you can get a good job that pay you good money. But the middle ground, the happy medium is that we should be working on multiple streams of income. And those extra streams of income should be self-created income. And
Exactly.
the goal is for those streams of income to become more than the income you're getting from somebody else. So you can let that go and focus 100% on the streams of income that are self-generated. That's where it's at. But if you're stuck at that place where the self-generated streams of income are just not popping yet, no, I'm not going to beat up on you because you haven't figured out the game yet. Sometimes it takes time.
Exactly.
Sometimes it could very well take somebody, like for example, people be talking about Kevin Samuels used to be broke. Okay. and and if I don't care if it take you to 50 to figure it out, eventually you figure out how to make self-generated income. And if you make millions doing it, okay, you spent your first 30 years of adulthood working for somebody else making pennies until you finally caught that lightning in a bottle and figured it out. Some people figure it out at 25. Some people may get their mastermind plan worked out at 40. Some people it may take to 50. But either way it go, when you're winning in the game. And so the point is just be in the game trying to win. That is the point. That is the point. And you may not win. You may end up having to work that job and retire and because everything you tried to do on the side, none of it ever worked. But long as you was in there fighting the fight, long as you was trying, long as you was grinding, I'm not gonna knock you.
But here's the thing, Riley. Cryptocurrency is the cheat code to that, right? Because before cryptocurrency, you basically, a lot of people were stuck in their positions and the system was set up to make sure that you did not advance. That's how the system was set up. But the reason that government hates cryptocurrency is because it totally pushes aside every obstacle that was ever in your way. Back as black men, if we didn't have like my man Biggie Small said, if you wasn't selling crack rock and you ain't have a wicked jump shot, you wasn't going anywhere, right? You had to get on that plantation. But with the advent of cryptocurrency, suddenly you get to bypass all the bullshit and you get to make millions. You know how many people got rich off of just buying Dogecoin? You got a bunch of Dogecoin millionaires just because it went up to 70 cents. They were not expected to reach that type of wealth. The basically our portfolios is and like I said, when I'm talking about a job is slavery, I'm talking from experience. I used to look at my pension and think that was going to save me. And then when I saw all of the ridiculous amounts that I made on crypto and how it totally stomped it out and decimated, I felt so stupid. I wanted to punch myself in the face because I had that mindset of, oh, I'm going to work for 20 years more and then I'm going to retire on that. And then you probably going to have to buy fucking cat or dog food just to survive because it's only enough to pay your rent and barely eke out your utilities. But when you see what cryptocurrency has done, how it is basically, I can basically walk away from everything now with what I have now. So can you imagine when the market goes parabolic? Now I have generational wealth. Now I have something to pass on. I'm sorry, you getting ready to say something?
Oh no, you got it. Go ahead and finish up. When you said I want to talk about that parabolic because that's a term that we hear all the time. I don't know if people fully understand what it is. So what does it mean for the market to go parabolic, and what will ultimately make it go parabolic? Just explain parabolic, just because that gets thrown out a lot. But let's hold your thought on that real quick. On SKC in the building says making crypto art, specialty one of a kind baseball cards for a client. Oheen in Thai City put me on that idea a while back. Salute. That's interesting.
Yeah, non-fungible tokens, man. Dudes are getting rich off of that too.
Yeah, all right. I'm not reading off all those coins. Yeah, I can see him up there, but he said we'll cover all. He said those coins that he put up there will cover all your bases, everything from finance to automation to NFTs, cross-chain, interledger, and smart contracts. Future-proof portfolio.
Salute, Faber. Salute, man.
All right, let's talk about the concept of it going parabolic, what that means and how and why does it go, or would it go parabolic? Let's break that down.
Yeah, so basically right now we're going through the growing pains of the crypto market. You see it go up, then you see a correction, you see it go up, you see a correction, and it just keeps doing that, right? But what you are paying attention to is the fact that we are getting newer lows and we're getting higher lows and we're getting higher highs, right? So the lows that we had in September, we are no longer seeing those. The ones that we saw in October and November and all of that, we don't see them anymore. Everything is, even our lows are higher. So what this is like is a volcanic eruption, right? It's letting you know that the magma is slowly creeping up to get ready to explode. Once it explodes, it's going to be chaos. You're not, the numbers are not going to make sense. You're going to see coins that was 3 cents suddenly turn into $10 or $15. You're going to see coins that was 2,000 turn into $5,000 and $6,000, and they're just going to keep running up. The numbers are not going to make sense. Your portfolio is not going to make sense. Many of us will, expect the crypto gang is in here. Many of us are going to be millionaires, right? And like I said, the crypto gang is a family. So, like I said, my man Black Ram, he brought me into this space. You know, he helped me, you know, with everything and even getting to this point. So, for an example, Ram is not the crypto gang professional, but if the crypto gang goes up, you think we leaving Black Ram behind? You think Black Ram's not coming with us? We're a family now. We're a unit. So, you know, if you was here, you all part of our family. So, like I said, what we're trying to create is that thing where, let's say, Clue or, you know, Iman Perry wants to start something. They might go to J Air and say, yo, we need some funds because we're trying to create this, whatever. As long as they're in the crypto gang, that project's getting funded. We're creating something brand new that is independent of the government, of the banks, whatever. We're going to finance ourselves. So that's basically what we're doing here. That's why the crypto gang exists in the first place. You know?
Right on. Good stuff. Good stuff. You are a consumer and a debt slave. Let's talk about that. That's something that you got written down in here. That's
absolutely.
Yeah.
You want to get to RP real quick?
Oh wait, hold on. Oh wait, yeah. See, I didn't even have the screen up. I was looking at a completely different screen. RP in the building says, Oheen, tell these brothers we looking at 10K Ethereum. 1080A. Get into this crypto game. It's still early. Only 1% of the population are in.
Exactly.
BGW. Why say we looking at 10K? Well, no, actually you kind of explained that earlier when you said we're looking at 10K.
You know what's about to happen with that Ethereum.
Yeah.
And Cardano is gonna go crazy as well. But my Cardano portfolio is already looking crazy and the market is down. So that tells you a lot, you know.
So let's get into that. Let's get into that. The whole consumer and a debt slave. You are a consumer and a debt slave. Let's get into that.
So basically, another reason, one of the biggest problems that Black men have is they are consumers and they are debt slaves, right? And you know, I've seen people on YouTube, content creators, stuff like that. And they are basically, you know, they wearing all the jewelry, they got the chains, they want you to see the name brand clothes they got, they want you to see the car that they're driving and all of that. And anybody with some sense and some brains will understand that those people are actually broke. Like when you see rappers doing the money phone and all of that, what they're really telling you is, I am broke and I need this to make me look like I'm not. There's basically a saying. They say that rich people, basically rich people use debt to get rich. You know what I'm saying? Or to get richer. And poor people use debt to look rich, right? So that's the difference. So rich people, they use debt to get richer, and poor people use debt to look rich. Very big difference. I think I was talking to you before about Fargo, where what's his name? Chris Rock's character in Kansas City, Missouri, they basically invented the concept of the credit card, right? And the first thing that Chris Rock's character said is that people don't want to be rich, they just want to look rich, right? And that is very important to understanding why most black men are consumers and debt slaves, right? Because people don't want to be rich, they just want to look rich. So it's very important to understand that. Now, like I say, what are people doing? They're showing you their money, they're showing you these expensive, their expensive clothing, the cars that they drive, and ultimately what they're telling you is they don't really own anything. Because anybody in the know understands that the game is investments and real estate. Nothing else matters. I don't give a fuck if you own a Mercedes Benz. I don't care if you own a Lexus or a Bentley or whatever. Why? Because anybody who knows anything about money knows that those things lose value immediately. Bernard Riley, if you really wanted a a Bentley, all we have to do is go and get a 220. It's 2021 now.
Mhm.
Me and you could go back 3 years. We could get a car from 2019, a Bentley from 2019. It'll cost us like maybe 70 racks, right? So instead of us paying 170,000 for the car, we'll pay 70 for it, and we can ride around here and look rich, because everybody that is in the know knows that basically, if it flies, if it floats, or if it fucks, you need to rent it, right? You shouldn't buy it. You shouldn't do any of that. Okay. So if it flies, if it floats, if it drives, if it fucks, you need to rent it, because all of that stuff depreciates immediately. What you should be thinking about is real estate and investments, because those are the two things that increase your net worth. And that's crazy to say. The crypto gang is basically a group of dudes that now actually have a net worth, Bernard. Think about that. We actually have a net worth now. You know what I'm saying? When we were debt slaves, when we were employees, we didn't have net worth. We lived check to check. We depended on the boss to give us a check. We had to do what somebody said to get a check, and that just paid our rent and our utilities and for our transportation. Maybe we get a little food. Maybe you got to go to Family Dollar or Dollar General to get some oodles and noodles. You know what I'm saying? But now the crypto gang actually has net worth, right? So again, what are dudes doing instead of investing? They're buying Jordans. They're buying those name brand clothes. They're buying bullshit jewelry that's not even really real, right? Because real gold is super heavy. But dudes, a lot of dudes buy that fake bullshit anyway, right? They're buying these cars that have no value. They're buying iPhones, right? I ain't gonna call out these dudes' names, but a dude was doing a stream, is one of these dudes that's getting popular. And he was actually doing a video telling dudes to buy iPhones, because if a woman looks at her phone and the color of the bubble is not green, or what is it when you on Android, is blue, right?
Yeah.
Right. And this motherfucker was telling people to buy iPhones because, what are the chicks gonna say if you got an Android? That's loser shit right there. That's somebody teaching you how to lose. You're going to buy a $1,400 phone, which is not going to be worth shit in 6 months. So women will talk to you on the chat. That's some loser shit right there, bro. That I can't, I don't understand that language. That shit is whack to me. But this is what a dude was actually doing. He was trying to encourage men to buy $1,400 phones because women don't like when you're on Android phones. Does that even make sense? You see what I'm saying? So black men are dying at this game because they are consumers and they are debt slaves. They need that new flat screen TV. They need that new iPhone. They need those new Jordans. They need all of that to look rich, not be rich, but to look rich. And that's our biggest problem. So we got to get out of that.
Whew. Man, good stuff.
Yo, I'm spinning these flames. Y'all better hit that like button. Stop playing, bro.
Man.
Stop playing.
Make sure that y'all are subscribed to Oheen Imara, the Crypto Gang podcast. Moderators, make sure y'all spamming out the chat with the link. Make sure y'all spamming it all through the chat. Cause man, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Black's Word 404 in the building. He said the market goes parabolic. We buying private islands, black people. Once in your life, don't be last. Don't get left behind. Blockchain is the future. Shout out to Black's Word 404. Shout out to you. And my man Jonathan Barronville back in the building once again with another $50 super chat. I personally know and have turned up with some of these rappers in Atlanta. I guarantee you the average person in this chat is richer in net worth than these rappers. Oh man, hard to believe, but I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. But man.
Facts.
Meanwhile, the quiet Middle Eastern fella in the corner of the club owns the block.
Exactly. Shout out to Jonathan, man. See, that's what I'm saying. Once you understand the reality, right? You gotta for us as black men, we have to understand the money is not in front of the camera. The money is behind it, right? The money is not in front of the camera. So the dude that's up there spitting, blah, 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 he doesn't have any money. The dude behind him is the one with the money. I'll give you, long time ago, this dude, LL was shooting a video in Queens, right?
Cool
and LL Cool J.
Okay.
A long time ago, right? He's shooting a video, and we was young, so we ran over there. We wanted to see it. We was excited. LL shooting a video, all of that, right? Bro, they shooting a video. The producer is getting frustrated with the DJ in the video. This dude says on the megaphone, DJ, if you look at the camera one more time, you're out of the video. That is power. That is where the money is. It's not even with LL, because LL couldn't turn around and say, nah, man, you can't take my DJ out. He couldn't say shit. The power was with that weird little nerdy looking dude who said, if you look at the camera one more time, I'm taking you out of this video. Guys, y'all got to pay attention to where the power is. These dudes with the money phone and the chains and I'm looking fresh. You got dudes on here showing what clothes they're wearing. That's not money, fam. That's not money. You know what I'm saying? They got mad at what's his name, Jay-Z, for saying, that money phone shit, we don't talk money over. That's a disconnect. They got mad at him because he was exposing the reality. That's not real money. The real money's behind the camera. Keep that in mind, family.
Ooh, good stuff. Good stuff. Definitely.
Listen, well, I'm sorry, Riley. Listen, man, we got 245 people in here and we only got 177 likes. Y'all better hit that like button and stop playing, man. This is fire in here. Come on.
Right on. Definitely. Look. Okay. Oh no. I'm looking at what you got right. Almost want to skip this one, but I'm gonna let you go in and rock.
Yeah, you got to bring that up, bro.
It's a dating coaches, PUAs, LC. Is that life coaches?
Yeah.
Okay, dating coaches, PUAs, life coaches, game people are agents.
Yes. Right.
Okay, real quick before you get in there, why you got life coaches on there? Because never mind. Just go ahead. I'm gonna let you rock out. But
okay.
Go ahead.
So basically, when this is important, it's, for everybody, but especially black men, right? When you turn on a Crypto Gang podcast session, when you turn on a Bernard Riley session, the first thing you need to ask yourself before you watch any of our streams is, what are they selling me? What is Bernard Riley trying to sell me? What is Oheen Imara trying to sell me? This is the question that we need to ask ourselves as men, because this is very important, because your failure to do so can lead you down a rabbit hole that you are not even prepared for, right? So when you look at dating coaches, pickup artists, life coaches, and dudes that promote game, what are they trying to sell you? That is the question you need to be asking yourself. And ultimately, the answer is hopium and dependence, right? Basically, you got a bunch of dudes out here who are pretty much trying to sell you courses on how to do something because they need you to depend on them. They are not trying to teach you how to develop on your own and grow, right? See, what me, I'm selling you freedom. I want you to get off the plantation. Bernard, I'm planning a trip. I'm not going to say when. We're going to talk about that on Patreon. But I'm planning a trip this year, and my goal is to get as many men away from the plantation so we could go anytime we feel like it. So we don't have to go for a weekend. We don't have to go for a week because somebody got to get back to work. We can stay as long as we want, and we can get back whenever we feel like it, right? So basically, I'm selling you freedom. I'm selling you the ability to do what you want to do with your life. You worked long enough for other people. It's time for you to work for yourself. But what is a dating coach or a pickup artist or a life coach or somebody that's spitting game trying to sell you? They're ultimately selling you hopium, independence, and the ultimate goal is to get you hooked on the drug known as women, right? So why is this a bad thing? Because their rhetoric and their propaganda doesn't help you deal with the person who is truly responsible for all of the issues in your life. Anybody know who that is? Who is the person that is ultimately responsible for all the issues in your life? I'll wait. I'll see what's coming up in the chat. Who is the person that is exclusively responsible for all the issues that you have in your life? And this is why I do not like dating coaches and pickup artists and life coaches and game spitting people, right? There you go. Omega Dreads got it. Clue got it. There you go. Iman Perry, Brandon Phillips. Let's go. Let's go. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. You see that? Game coaches, pickup artists, life coaches, people that talk about game, they don't teach you to go look in a fucking mirror. Before, my father, God rest his soul, he used to say all the time, before you start that blame shit, go in the mirror first and then work your way outward, right? So you go to the mirror and you pay attention to the person in that mirror, because 9 times out of 10, that is the person responsible for your issues. When I first started, I tried to jump on that shit. I'm mad at women. All these bitches is hoes and da 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 and all of that. But after you get over that red pill rage, you have to go into the mirror and look at the person that's really responsible. Why? Because when you look in that mirror, you start to understand the reality. I was mad at the chick that I broke up with. This bitch cheated on me. I'm fucking mad. But when I went and looked in that mirror, you want to know what I found? I found that bitch never lied to me. She never lied to me about who she was. I knew she was a hoe, but I thought that I was going to love the hoe out of her. So then when she continued to be a hoe, I got mad at her because I was trying to change her into something I wanted her to be, rather than accepting who she really was. And that's the problem with most men in this space. Instead of them basically understanding that she is who she is going to do what she's going to do. You knew she had an OnlyFans when you got with her. You knew she was dotting it up on Instagram when you got with her. You knew she had a bunch of male friends, but you wanted to love the hoe out of her And when it didn't work and she went back to tying it up, now you mad at when all these bitches is hoes and nah, fam. Go look in the mirror, because that's the person you need to be blaming. And when I took that look at myself and understood I was trying to turn a hoe into a housewife, Bernard Raleigh, my debt went down, my credit went up. I have issues, but none of them have anything to do with money. I'm free to do what I want to do. I have the crypto game, and this is all because I recognized you need to stop blaming these hoes for the things that you do, right? If she shows you that she is a hoe, you need to believe her, man. I'm putting it, I'm talking about one of my other points, but yeah. But when they show you who they are, you need to believe them. You need to stop thinking, oh, love is going to change everything, or oh, if I give her money, she's going to appreciate me more, or if I treat her like this. No, fam. They let you know who they are from the beginning. I don't care what they words say. Fuck what they words say. They show you who they are in the beginning. And once I realized that, and once I accepted responsibility for what I did, I started to move. The reason I hate these dating coaches and these pickup artists and these game spitting and life coaches is because they keep you dependent on the drug. They sell you hopium. If you do this, you'll be able to get her to do this. If you buy this course, if for 3 easy payments of $49.99, I'll teach you how to talk to hoes. No, fam, it don't work that way, right? Basically, you have to understand that you have to accept people for who they are. If she shows up to you and she got different wild colored hair and she got a bunch of tattoos and she got a bunch of piercings and all of that shit, what does that mean, family? Say, I'll let the chat say it. What does that mean? If she got a bunch of tattoos and different colored hair and a bunch of piercings, what is she telling you? What's the message that she's sending you? This is what I'm talking about. Y'all going to school today. Y'all going to school today. Let's go.
Shout out to Clue in the building. He says Michael Jackson got censored by the small hats on his own song. They don't care about us.
Yep, exactly.
Pop. Thank you for the super chat, Clue.
So you see what they put in, right?
She's for the streets.
Exactly, right? So this is what I'm saying. She's letting you know she's for the streets. But a dude will come and try to wipe her up. And then when she says, yo, I can't do this no more, I'm for the streets, he gets mad at her. It's some bullshit. Bitches ain't shit. No. You ain't shit, because she gave you every message in the world and you totally ignored that. And the reason I don't like these dating coaches and these pickup artists is because they teach you hopium and dependence, because their goal is to keep you focused on women so they can rob you of all your money, right? So they make you, it's them bitches' fault. Tonight's show, all bitches are bad. And then you go in there and you like, here's $20. Yeah, he right. Them bitches is bad, because you are angry and you don't want to accept responsibility that she showed you who she always was. And that's why we turned into the Crypto Gang podcast, because once you realize that, your only focus now is just being better at life. You know what I'm saying? I went on a rant with that, but
you good. You good. I knew I had to let you get it on out. Shout out. Oh man. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Appreciate y'all. This is one hell of a stream here. We finally hit 200 on the likes, 258 people in the building, 202 on the likes, only a -2 on the thumbs down. 2 people hit the thumbs down. That's okay. We can rock with that. We can lean with it and rock with it on that. But man, good stuff. Damn, it was something that you said in the midst of that I can't even remember. I had a good question in the midst of that when you was going on. Shoot.
It'll come to you.
Yeah, it'll come back. But no, you talked about the women, brothers invested in women, too invested in women, and in the whole works, especially. I mean, you mentioned the Fresh and Fit podcast earlier. It has been
Oh, you
some
blew
debate.
that up, right? You blew that up.
What'd you say?
I said you blew that up, bro. I didn't mention no names.
Oh shit! No, damn. My bad. You
I don't care.
didn't
I don't care.
you didn't say their name, but I knew who you was talking about. So when I tried to go back to it, I just dropped their name like that. My bad.
I don't care. Fuck that. I'm rolling with you, Riley. Whatever. I don't care.
My bad. I mean to say who you was talking about. I done messed up. Shout out to Clue. Shout out to Clue. But no. Oh, damn. Yeah, I'm out here dry. I'm out here dry snitching. It was an accident though. It was an honest mistake. It was an honest mistake. But that was funny about the whole phone thing. And the crazy thing is, a lot of chicks, they so I don't even know what word to give them. I don't even know what how to describe that. But a lot of them they do think like that. They will look at that if the bubbles are not, you know how when you type in a message in the little chat, the chat bubbles or a little thing is doing like that. If it's not doing like that, it says, "Oh, you got a cheaper phone," and now they think less of you now, and all that kind of yeah. Chicks do operate and think like that. But I mean, I'm beyond that shit. I'm beyond that shit, man. So I will definitely say that. But no, that's some funny stuff. I did not mean to drop a name, but no, you said some good stuff in regards to, you know, guys out there clearly messing with chicks that's clearly on some bimbo stuff. I used to always say dudes understand that you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. I used to say that men understand that. I'm sort of my views are sort of changing on that, because I used to say that women were the ones who used to try to do the equivalent. Like I always say, they want the player that don't cheat, you know, and so some men who do the equivalent, but I always said that men don't do that as much. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong on that. But you know, you definitely said some good things. You kind of you touched on the ladies on that. So moving past the females, as you chase women, you a loser. Or you are invested in women. You could speak on that some more, even though I think you hit all of those points. Is the seventh, eighth, and ninth point you wanted to hit? I think you hit it all right there, but you can speak on that some more.
Yeah, I mean, we
can go on to the what you should focus on, the mental and physical, and all of that. So, but whichever one you want to go with.
Yeah, real quick. Basically, if you are chasing women, or if you are invested in them, you're basically losing at life, right? And the reason I'm saying that is because the people that are teaching you how to chase women, the people that are asking you to give them $800 or $1,000. I heard one dude is asking for $2,000 just to talk to him. These people, if you type in their name and you type exposed after it, you're going to see a whole bunch of videos where a bunch of people are exposing some behaviors that are unbecoming of who they claim to be. Right. So if you want to know the truth about any of us, just type in whatever our name is and type exposed, and you'll see a whole bunch of videos exposing whatever it is. Now, of course, all of it is not true. Right. But enough of it is, right, to make you understand that these dudes are not who they say they are. And the fact that they're teaching you how to chase women shows that they're a loser, because any of the real G's in here can confirm this. Now listen. I got a confession to make, Bernard. I got a confession, bro.
Go ahead.
Ready? You ready? There's
I'm ready.
Line in therapy. Shout out to Black Ram. It's no line in therapy. Gentlemen, it's hard to say, but I am not a tall man. Yeah, I said it. I'm not a tall man. But, gentlemen, that has never stopped me from getting women that I wanted. That has never been a deterrent to me getting women. So when you listen to these guys and they're talking about, oh, you need to do this, and if you're not 6 feet tall, you can't. They're teaching you bullshit because they're trying to keep you trapped in a mindset and a dependence on them, because they want your $800, they want your $1,000, they want your $2,000. So their goal is to make you feel inadequate. They want to make you feel like you don't stack up. Now listen. If you ask any woman on this planet who their ideal man is, of course they're going to tell you, oh, he's got to be 6 feet tall, and he has to be tall, dark, and handsome, and he got to have an 8-pack and all of that. Of course they're going to tell you that, because if you ask a man what his ideal woman is, what his ideal woman is, he's going to tell you she got nice big breasts, she got a nice butt, her, she got a slim waist, and she's in shape, and she's pretty, and she got long hair, right? Because that's all of our ideal women.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean you're not gonna fuck a chick that's shorter, that has shorter hair, that don't have as big breasts, right? Just like women. Of course, that's going to be their top go-to guy, but that does not mean that they're not attracted to dudes that differ from that. And this is the problem that I have with these dudes, because they try to make you feel inadequate because they're trying to steal your money, right? But any real G in here knows, and you put a 1 in the chat if I'm telling the truth. The game is not how many chicks you can chase or how many numbers you can get. The game is how many of them can you get to come to you. That is the game that we are supposed to be playing. And that's why I don't like these con artist dudes that's teaching you how to chase women. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm telling the truth. The game is not you, how many numbers you can get and how many women you can chase. The game is how many of those women can you get to come to you, to think that you are interesting enough that they're going to walk away from their girlfriends and come to you and have a conversation. How many of these women are going to invite you to dinner? I just recently had a chick invite me to dinner, bro. Take me out to dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Did you go?
No, I didn't go, bro. But but I was flattered. You know what I'm saying? But that's my point. Basically, my persona is when I walk in the fucking room, I'm taking all the attention. People gonna want to know who the fuck I am. And I'm not a tall dude, right? So I have to work with what I have, and I have confidence. I have belief in myself. And like I said, this chick been after me for a while. And then I had another chick that basically slid me her number. I didn't call her, bro. I didn't call her, right? But, because I'm on, you guys already know I'm in monk mode. But like I said, the game is not if you can chase women around, because I can do that all day. I could get a bunch of numbers chasing chicks down the street. But can you get them to come to you is the game. And if these dudes can't teach you that, then why are you giving them $800? Why are you giving them $1,000? Why are you giving them $2,000? Let's go. So that's all I got to say about that, man. If you invested in women, you losing, bro.
Right on. I let you got to let you rock that out. Let you rock it out, Russ. Let you rock it out. How did she look though? The chick that slipped you the number.
They were, man. Listen, man. This one chick, I ain't gonna even lie. There's no line in therapy. Tempted, bro. Tempted. Talking about stacked. Nice.
Come on, Oheen. I know you.
Bro,
come
tempted,
on.
Tempted. I ain't lying, but I'm in monk mode, bro. I'm in monk mode. I can't. Listen. I ain't gonna lie. When we get out the country, all bets are off. But I was tempted, bro. I was tempted. I ain't gonna even lie. Yeah, nice looking ladies. Nice looking ladies, bro. Nice looking.
Nice. just left the pussy. Just the pussy was on the table, and you just slid it off the table. You just
pretty much. But Riley, because my attitude is like that, what happens, bro? Because my attitude is like that, because I behave like I've been to the dance before. Yes, I know how pussy feels. It feels nice, but it's not that good to make me suddenly change my position, right? So what
Right.
does that make women do? Once they know that you have had pussy before, what does that make them do? That makes them come at you harder. Once they know that you are a man with options and you're not thirsty, all of a sudden they come harder. And this is what dudes need to be learning, not how to chase these bitches or how to lie to them or any of that bullshit that these loser ass dudes. And like I said, if you hit the exposed, if you put exposed after these dudes' name, you're gonna see these niggas horrible looking girls. You're gonna see how whack they live. You're gonna see all kinds of truth because these dudes are fucking lying, bro. Listen, the game is how to get women to come to you. If you're chasing them, you're losing. That's it.
All right. The Cash App kind of going crazy over here. Shout out to Mr. Palmer in the building. At least I
No.
think, yeah, Mr. Palmer sent a Cash App. Shout out to you. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. Also, we got when he said do for self, shout out to you. And also we got Marcus Griffin. Well, let's say Mr. Marcus G. We'll say that Mr. Marcus G in the building with a Cash App. Appreciate that. Also, Shannon B sent a Cash App. Says great show. Keep this content coming. And speaking, a lot of women been sending me Cash Apps lately.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that.
I'm about to take your boy's spot, bro. I'm about to be up there. It's not women's fault. I'm about to be Derrick Jackson 3.0, bro. You gotta look inside yourself, right?
Lim Hendricks in the building says peace BR and Oheen sent a $15 Cash App.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Lim Hendricks. Shout out to everybody who's supporting on the Cash App and appreciate
shout out to Marcus Griffin.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out, and salute to everybody supporting on the Cash App and appreciate each and every one of you. Appreciate each and every one of you. We making it down this list of things. Now you got on here focus on mental and physical health. We've talked about the monk thing before, even though like I can't go with you on that on the whole monk mode MGTOW monk thing. But we've talked about that before. You've laid out your case. If you want to go check out some of me and Oheen's older streams, if y'all want to hear him speak on the importance of that. But I just want to formally say I ain't going on that one. I ain't going on that one.
But here's the thing: you in a relationship, and you and your lady work, and she's complimenting you. There's nothing wrong with that, family. There's nothing wrong with that as long as she's helping you with your dreams, and listen.
I'm definitely in the black with her. Definitely in the black.
You see what I'm saying? Like, listen,
you start putting me in the red, then we got a problem.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, listen, if you guys are with women and they help increase your net worth, then I say you keep her. You know what I'm saying? If she can add to your bottom line, then you keep her. But if she talking about Gucci bags and bullshit, like, man, get rid of her. Get rid of her. Stop wasting your time. You know what I'm saying? Because like it wasn't always like this. The situation that men have with women today, it wasn't always like this. You had women who are basically the backbone of the household. They would actually stop you from making stupid purchases and stuff like that. They basically managed the money. They were responsible for the money. Men went out and made it, and the women were responsible for it. They made home cooked meals. They did all of the things for the survival of the family. So we're not going to pretend that women have always been hoes. Like, you know what I'm saying? There was a time when women were actually adding to the bottom line. They were actually worth keeping. They were actually worth their weight in gold. But the modern woman, for the most part, get rid of her. If you can find a woman that supports you and they can help you grow, definitely keep that. But listen, if most of the women out here today, get rid of them, man. It's just a waste of time.
Shout out to Black Wolf. He says, "What days and hours are you doing consulting, Oheen?"
Well, you can for you, man, since I kept you on hold for so long, just if you already sent a message on Patreon, we can do it right after this show. So I'll send you a message on Patreon, let you know I'm waiting, and we can do it right after this show. But that's only for you, Black Wolf.
Right on, right on. Shout out to Black Wolf. All right. So you're talking about, and it's something we don't talk about that much in this space. You said focus on mental and physical health. That's something. Well, we talk about the physical health because we do talk about working out and getting in that gym and whatnot, but we don't talk about the mental that much. So go ahead and expand on that one. Focus on mental and physical health.
So basically, one of the most important things that Black men are lacking is an outlet for the frustrations and the stress that they deal with. They don't really have an outlet to discuss them and to, basically talk it out so they can be better. Of course, the Black community has always looked on therapy and psychology as a negative. I think many of us need to basically go into some type of counseling or therapy so we can get those frustrations out, so we can talk to somebody and not worry about basically having these things thrown back in our face. I think this would be very beneficial to us as Black men, because we are the only ones who are expected to not have feelings. We are the only ones who are expected to get over things, right? Somebody in the Black community is murdered or a victim of violence or discriminated against, get over it, but everybody else, they get to remember. The Jews get to remember the Holocaust forever. White people get to remember 9/11 forever. Japanese get to remember the when they were placed in the American internment camps forever. But Black people have to forget about slavery. Stop harping on that. You still thinking about that? Everybody else gets to vent their frustration. Black people, especially Black men, do not. So
But
I think
hold on a second, Oheen. But wouldn't you say that a lot of the times when you preaching a message like this about how Black people can win, how they can work this system or get into crypto or start business and build for self and all of this, the thing that they like to immediately go to is all the stuff that happened in the past and how we were slaves and they oppressed us and they still doing it today. And so when that's where it's coming from, when it's like the hold on, get over it. Like, put it like this: you've gotten over it because look at what you're doing. You trying to grab power and wealth, So in that sense, you have gotten over it. You see,
but it's not because I didn't address the issues. I had to address the issues. Like I say, without with help and support, without having somebody to talk to in an outlet, I don't think I would have ever went into the mirror and looked at the person who was really responsible for the things that went wrong in his life, right? And that's the problem with a lot of the men in this space. They are not being encouraged to go into the mirror and look at the person who's really responsible for their problem. It's basically, right, I said on the on one of my shows, right, when you think of the Nazis and you think of the Holocaust, what's the first person you think of?
The funny mustache guy.
Yeah, what's his name? What's the
Hitler. I ain't want to say it. Well, whatever. We already
but
here.
That's the first person you think of, right?
Uh-huh.
But the reality is Adolf Hitler never killed anybody. He never murdered anybody. He never threw anybody into a concentration camp. So why is he the first person you think of? Because the convenience of blame for those people to unload all of that guilt onto that man, right? because it makes people feel comfortable. If you can blame that one person, that's going to make everybody feel better, right? So even though he never touched anybody, all he did was say the words, and the people did the acts. Those Nazi soldiers, those German people who snitched on the Jews that were hiding in the crevices and in the walls. It was the people, but we blame him for everything, right? Because blame is convenient, and that's what's happening in this space. Is that instead of men looking in the mirror and understanding that we gave into our sexual urges and we got with that girl that we knew wasn't no good, and we didn't even use protection, and we got her pregnant, right? Because we failed to put on that condom. We knew we should have did it though, Bernard Riley, but we didn't. And now she pregnant, and she taking your ass to family court, and she getting that what you call it? She getting that goddamn child support, and you mad? These bitches, they ain't shit. But you had everything to do with that. You knew she wasn't about shit because your boys told you that. You knew she was easy to get in the bed. That's why you brought her to your house, or that's why you went to her house. You knew you should have put on that condom, but you didn't. Now she pregnant and she using you as a source of income, and you mad at her. You mad at her, right? They somebody disagree. Rod of God podcast. Who did it? Fuck who ordered it. Who did it? That's my question. Fuck you. Who ordered it? Fuck that. Who did it? That's what I want to know.
Well, let me read these super chats.
You know
Shout out to
saying?
Bert. Shout out to Bert with the $5 super chat. He says, I have 20 unread messages on blackpeoplemeet.com. It's funny to me that people still use that, because I would rather invest in building wealth and building wealth than subscribing and chasing women and whining and dining them. Black Wolf Inc. in the building says, I sent you a message on the Patreon. Let's get it. Also, I think this is what you were just recently addressing right here. Rod of God podcast in the building. Make sure y'all check him out as well. That's all we've doing is blaming slavery and all other groups. Those other groups don't use prior persecution as a crutch for current failures.
I'm looking for the camera now, because this gotta be some bullshit right here. Ain't no way this motherfucker gonna say the Jews didn't ride the Holocaust all the way to their position today. You're not gonna tell me that the fucking Japanese didn't get the Japanese government didn't get those reparations because the Americans locked the Japanese in internment camps when Pearl Harbor was bombed. You're not gonna tell me that shit, fam.
No,
get out of here.
That's true what you said right there, but do you agree that some black people use oppression, white supremacy, racism, and all of that stuff as a crutch? I agree with them on that part. They use it as a crutch.
Yeah,
the liberals help pacify and enable that shit. You know?
Everybody has used their horrific tragedies to their benefit. Right? Listen, you got it now, right? The Asians are suddenly being attacked by black people. So they passed the law to protect Asians from black people. So they pushing a narrative that they're victims of black people. They used that narrative. They used it to get a law passed.
I know, but they're not using I'm using air quotes, their oppression as a crutch. They're flipping it to their benefit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think nothing is wrong with using it to manipulate, to flip an actual tangible benefit, but a lot of people just using it as just some woe is me, the white man, they like this about it, that's what I don't like.
Okay, I agree with that. They're using it to fail. I understand that.
That's what I push back on.
But of course, we ain't about that life. But what I'm saying is all of these groups use their tragedy to get to their position. But what you have to understand, Rod of God podcast, is what did I say in the beginning? The USA is a prison for black people, and the government is our biggest enemy because they have spent hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars to ensure that we stay in the positions that we stay in. Listen, if Ronald Reagan did not want any drop of cocaine or crack cocaine to get into this country in the 1980s, do you believe that it would have been possible? Do you think they would have been able to do that? But you had Oliver North, you had a united effort with the CIA, you had the permission from the American government, and this is why they killed that reporter. I forget that man's name because he did articles on it. They ripped his life apart. He still wrote about it. He mysteriously ended up dead, right? They have spent hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars to keep black people in their current position because you are only here for three reasons: to be blamed for crime, to be a medical guinea pig, and to be entertainment. So, yes, we do got a lot of dudes that's losing their life and they try to use white supremacy as the excuse, but you got a lot of forces working against you to be successful in this society. You know?
All right. Man Friday in the building said the concept of slavery passed down from generation to generation in perpetuity is a form of oppression unique to black people. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. My man Theo Wolf in the building says I earn 50K monthly. Trying to be like you when I grow up. I earn 50K monthly, no debt, no drama, own my house, no children, no alimony, and single. Goddamn.
I love it. I love it. I love to see black men winning, man. This is what the crypto gang is all about. These are the stories that I love to hear. And Bernard Riley, we got so many of them in the crypto gang. This is what it's all about. If I die today, man, I can die happy knowing that I have helped to free a lot of brothers' minds to get to that position where they're only dependent on themselves. Their portfolios are right. You got dudes that can retire from their jobs right now. They don't even need to wait. This is what I love. So shout out to Theo, man. I'm glad you're doing it, bro.
Yeah, Theo. I don't know if do you know if Theo is subscribed to you?
I'm not sure.
Theo, make sure, go make sure you subscribe to the Crypto Gang podcast. You'll like it over there. He says, cook 2 times daily, 100% organic, and I have my own gym. Man,
let's go.
I'm already winning. So how is a woman a value add? What am I losing?
Well, listen, unfortunately, we have walked out of the position where, you know, men and women complement each other. But the thing is, if let's say you do meet a young lady and she's willing to cook for you, she's willing to cook the organic food, she's willing to help you. She says, well, I was looking at the markets and I saw some stocks that might be beneficial, or maybe she donates to the cause. You know, basically everything she does helps to strengthen your position. That may be something worth looking at. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say, you know, we should keep that attitude of, man, yo, fuck these bitches, you know, and shit like that. If somebody genuinely adds value, then that's something you should look at. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just saying it's something that you should definitely investigate. Unfortunately, the reality is in 2021, man, if you find that, oh my God, that's like finding a needle in a haystack, man. In 2021, that's unfortunate. Oh, my man Theo said he cooks better. Oh man, he's not having it. He is not having it.
Yeah, man, right on. Well, let me ask this, Theo, answer the question because I'm curious. You're not on like monk mode, or are you saying you just keep it casual with the ladies? I am curious about that. Marcus Griffin in the building with the $10 super chat. Shout out to you. Appreciate that. Good men in the building. He says, Brother Oheen is a true simple. Biden is pushing those needles in the barber shop now. It's happening all over again. Suddenly the government wants to help us. Shout out to good men. Appreciate the super
Yo,
chat.
he said in the barbershops?
No, I don't believe that would, man.
Bro. I'm telling you.
Shout out to Snuggles in the building.
Hi, I'm Snuggle.
Shout out to Snuggles. Said do a history lesson on what the U.S. has done to your people, so people can see what you are talking about when it comes to your viewpoints.
Oh, that's gonna have to be a series, man. You can't do that in one day.
Yeah, I've heard you going in on that on your channel. I don't know if you haven't done a series on it, but you definitely have went in on that from time to time on your channel. But man, this is a great show. I'm definitely enjoying this. 262 people in the building, 223 on the likes. Hit that like button, good people. Hit that like button. All right, so
the mental and physical health.
Yeah.
So we did the mental health. Like, you gotta basically seek out that therapy, that outlet, so you can discuss your problems and you could come out better. But of course, the physical health, right?
Yeah.
All of these things are connected because pretty much your lack of exercise, if you're overweight, if you're obese, all of the things that I mentioned before is pretty much affecting you, right? So if you are obese, if you're overweight, 9 times out of 10, you don't understand that everything you learned is a lie. You don't see that the USA is your prison. You don't see that government is your biggest enemy. You don't see that a job is slavery, that taxes are for poor people, that you are consuming a debt slave, because all of that processed food, all of that unnatural stuff that goes in your body is designed to block your abilities to think logically, right? Most people that are overweight and obese, they sit around a lot. So what do? They watch a lot of television. And what do they call television? Television programming. Why? Because it is designed to program your thoughts, what you believe, what you see, how you interact with the world. So weight is a very serious issue that we as Black men have to focus on. I'm not telling you don't every once in a while stop at your favorite, fast food joint, but that cannot be the focal point of your diet. You have to be active. Like, after I get done with Black Wolf, I'm going to run. You know what I'm saying? I throw on my headphones and I run. Like, I try to get in like 4 miles. You know what I'm saying? When I'm running, I run all around the town. You know what I mean? So you got to get that workout in. You got to basically fix your diet. You have to, all of these things are important because they are the catalyst to whatever positive things that you do or whatever negative things you can do. When you are overweight, when you are obese, you can get scammed by dating coaches and all of these different game dudes like that, because you basically feel inadequate. So once this dude say, oh, I'm gonna teach you these lines to say, and you're gonna have chicks surrounding you in no time, and you overweight and that you're inadequate, you're not healthy, you're not in your best place, you will go ahead and waste money on scams and stuff. It's like, when fat people was taking Dexatrim and these weight loss pills, and none of them shits work, right? Because they're looking for a quick way out of their problem rather than understanding, I need to stop eating the fast food. I need to stop eating the cakes and the cookies. I need to stop the potato chips, and I need to go and exercise. Instead of dealing with that, they would rather take a pill that'll make everything disappear or go get an operation to get the fat sucked out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And none of those things ever work, right? You get a liposuction, you turn into a skin bag, right? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so your mental health and your physical health, they are vital in order for you to live by these rules for Black men. Because if you're overweight, if you're out of shape, if your mental health is not intact, you are going to be caught by every trap that I just laid out before this, what we just talked about. You know,
good stuff. Jonathan Barronville in the building with the $5 super chat. He says, I feel like beefing with Snuggles today. Man Friday in the building. He says racism is not going away and women are not going back to the 50s. The only thing black men need to talk about is the new rules for life. Well said.
Shout
Well
out to
said.
Man Friday. Salute.
I do like how you also hold on, let me make sure I got everybody in here. Good men in the building says I posted the link in the chat. Biden teams up with the black barbers to aid the virus.
Son
USA
of a
Today
bitch.
happened 2 days ago, man. That's
Son.
so hard to believe, man.
You
Mr.
see how
Shane,
crazy that is? He mentioned it and we didn't believe him. That's how crazy that is.
that's wild. That's wild. Mr. Shane Bitches in the building, who's normally $2 super chat champion. He dropped a whole 50 on me today. So shout out to you. Appreciate you dropping a heavy-handed super chat. Shout out to Oheen for reminding these dudes to focus on themselves and leave the messiahs alone.
Yeah, that's what I call your man, the Messiah.
Who was the messiah? Who was that?
I ain't mentioning no names. Don't blow me up again.
Yeah, I don't know who the Messiah,
Messiah.
I don't know who the Messiahs are. I don't know who the Messiahs are, but thank you for the super chat, Mr. Shane Bitches. Jonathan Barronville, back in the building with another $5. He says, "Facts, brother. I eat 100% vegan and I jog every single morning. I've never felt healthier."
Yo, I'm loving what I'm hearing from you guys, man. I'm loving what I'm hearing from you guys because when your mental and your physical health are in tune, everything else comes easier. Now, here's the crazy thing. Now that I jog every day, I eat right and stuff like that. And basically that is a catalyst for all of the other successes in my life. So do you know what financial institutions offer you when you don't have any debt with them or you have very little debt with them? Do you know what they offer you?
What is it? Break it down. Break it down.
They offer you more money. They call you and ask you, would you like some money? Put a one in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. If you have a high credit score and you have low debt, people call you and ask you, would you like some money? These are the things that you only accomplish when your mental and your physical health is in order, right? Basically, they want to give you lines of credit. If you have a credit card, they actually give you more money without asking you if you want more money, right? So if you have a $10,000 limit and your credit is slamming, they'll give you a $20,000 limit. You didn't even ask for it. You see what I'm saying? But these are only things that are possible when your mental and your physical health is in order, when you are disciplined and you are focused. The disciplined man who is focused, he might have some problems, but one of the problems he'll never have is the one about money, right? You always notice, though, the people that need money the most don't have it. You ever notice that? Right? The people who are in debt, the people who are about to lose their homes and stuff, they never have money and they need it the most. You got people who work 2 and 3 jobs who are worrying about getting evicted. Why? Because their mental and their physical health is not in tune, right? And this is one, like I know women are on their, their kick of the women's movement and all of that. But the moment they walked out the home, they left their kids vulnerable. Why? Because when a woman goes and she works for 8 to 10 hours, she ain't got the energy to go cook a home cooked meal. So guess what the kids are eating? Pizza and McDonald's and Chinese food. And they're killing their kids before they even get a chance to grow and build something. So they're already letting their kids eat themselves into slavery and early death,
Shout out to Snuggles once again with the $5 super chat. Appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Snuggle.
A lot of people don't know Snuggles like the $5 super chat champion of the world. Jarrington Barronville said he calling her out. They talking trash down there. Dark Knight Mentality says salute Bernard and my brother Oheen. Shout out to
What
Dark
up?
Knight Mentality. Jonathan Barronville says pull up on me, Snuggles. Pull up.
Yo,
Snuggles.
I see my man Ty City in here. I gotta give a shout out to that dude. Yo, I was watching your shows last night, man. This dude is turning into an investigative reporter out here, man. This dude is this is the guy we gonna go to for the news, man. Yo, yeah, his streams. I like, he did the upgrades and everything. I like the format and everything. Shout out to you, Ty City, man. You doing it.
And shout out to Snuggles once again. She says, I would like you all to have a discussion one day about a young man called Dr. Sebi and doing some research on what he talked about. Thank you for that super chat. Appreciate that. Who else we got in this piece? Who else we got in here? I saw, hold on. Trying to find it. Give me a minute. I don't know why this thing is acting funny. Shout out to JB once again. He said, I added my pops as an authorized user to a few of my cars. And yep. And his score jumped like 100 points the next cycle. He thought I was a magician. Yeah.
Exactly.
Devon Mitchell in the building. He says, so with more black men on this path for better mental and physical health and financial freedom, it will be hard for black men to find black women on the same level.
We're not doing this for them. We're doing this for ourselves. So, you worry about that when you come to it. The most important thing is that you put yourself in your best position possible, because what we're trying to do is we're not only find our freedom, but we're trying to build that generational wealth. So when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it then. But by that time, you'll already be in the position you need to be for your best possible version of yourself.
Good stuff, man. I've been just reading the chat, looking at what a lot of brothers been saying, what a lot of brothers been super chatting, and I said this on my last show. The men who are in this space, we hearing seeing so many brothers popping up talking about they vegans, they jog every day, talking about their portfolios and all of that. Like, people can say whatever they want about this space. The average brother here, I'm not saying all, but the average brother in this space is definitely a cut above the average brother not in this space, man. And so it's a lot of good information, a lot of good brothers, a lot of people doing big things and making it happen in their life. So salute and shout out to all of y'all. Love this space and all these brothers who come here dropping knowledge and sharing what y'all doing in your life, how you're making it happen out here. So shout out to each and every one of you. Black Wolf Inc. in the building says one more donation to upset Snuggles and make her donate again. Jockey's Retro in the building says, how long did it take to start jogging 4 miles a day?
Yeah, well, it probably took me maybe like 2 months, because of course when you first start, your body ain't having it. Once you start letting, once you do it every day, you basically sending the message to your body, this is what we're doing now. So you need to start getting prepared for this. And then it will, of course, acclimate to that. So to get to 4 and 5 miles, I was like, it was hard at first. Your knees be hurting and stuff like that. Your feet are hurting. But once it's like, listen, if anybody in here plays video games, the first time you ever played video games, your thumbs were sore as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because your hands weren't used to moving that way or whatever. But eventually you work through it. The same thing with lifting weights. The first time you lifted weights, your whole body was sore, right? All those muscles were sore. You couldn't get out of bed. I remember the first time I ran, because when you run, every muscle in your body is being challenged. So when you wake up that next morning, you don't even get up. You just like fall out of bed. Like you just, you know what I'm saying? Like everything will knock you over. But you keep doing it, you keep at it. Next thing you know, you run a damn marathon.
Oh, I'm on mute. My bad. Jonathan Barronville in the building says, "Stop Bernard, we're broke. Dusties, put some respect on our names." Nah, man. Nah, this is a space of some good brothers doing quality things. Houdini, excuse me, Houdini
Got it.
Unchained. It's been my experience that most people in crypto have a scratch off lotto mentality. It's great if you honestly understand it though. Salute. What's your thoughts on that, Oheen?
Well, if you have that mindset, you definitely you're not a part of the crypto gang. I can tell you that much. Let me give a shout out to Lim Hendricks and my brother D Rock. Then appreciate those cash apps, family. But if you are basically retail investors have that mindset, and that's why they shake up the market the way that they do, because they know they can scare retail investors out of the market. So if basically they respond to like what the news says. So if the news says, hey, Bitcoin is going up, then retail investors jump in for that because okay, I don't want to miss my shot at being rich. But soon as Bitcoin has a correction, they hurry up and pull their money out and leave money on the table. We already know the crypto gang, we here for the longest time. We got in here when these coins were worth nothing. So even when the market is down, we don't lose. We're always up. We stake our coins. So we get coins every day. Like I got so many TRX coins that I stake them all. And the amount that I get back every day, that's all fresh money for me. That's all somebody else's money. I can cash those stake coins and turn them into cash if I want to. But of course, I'm just adding it to my collection. Same thing with Cardano. I do the same thing with Cardano. So I do the same thing with Zilliqa, and all of that is extra cash. So I literally make money in my sleep, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be here for the long run.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Snuggles668 back in the building. She says, Black Wolf, who went broke the last time, you better save that money for the stocks you said you are going to invest after this live. Yeah, cut it out. Cut it out. Where we at? I see. Hold on. Snuggles just dropped right there. Black Buddha in the building says, great show, Bernard. Keep doing your thing, bro. Absolutely. I certainly will try. Shout out to Xanatos in the building. He says a lot of those crypto hype guys are in it to pull thoughts on a yacht. All right. Shout out to Xanatos. All right, I think that's it on the super chat end. I think that's it. That's it on the super chat end. On the Cash App end, D Rock Den just came through with a $5 super chat. D Rock Den hit me with a $5 Cash App. D Rock Den hit me with a Cash App practically every day, practically every time I go on the air. I gotta actually go through and look to see if he literally do it every day. But I do feel like I shout him off on a Cash App every day, man. The support is overwhelming. Appreciate all of you. Theo Whoop in the building. For success, you need a long-term outlook and willingness to sacrifice while persistently building daily. Took me years, of course. I was alone. Success occurs without you knowing it. It's a lifestyle. Shout out to Theo Wolf.
And that he's speaking to why relationships don't exist in 2021, right? Because basically he had to take that journey by himself. So now that he has achieved his level of success, it pretty much doesn't, it would be basically a detriment for him to get into a relationship, because like he said in his earlier super chat, what could she possibly do for him at this point? He did everything by himself. He ran the race.
She can bend over.
Well, that you can get that from anywhere, right? You can get that from anywhere. So basically, he's saying, I've got this house, I got this money, I got access to this, I got wealth, I got freedom. Why should I share this with you? Right? You came when I already went past the finish line. Now, if she was with him during the race, if she was bringing him water when he was sweating and tired, and she was encouraging him all the way to the finish line, then he would have no problem sharing what he has. But since he had to do it alone, he don't see any need for them. And that's the biggest problem that we're going to have as black people and black men making our fortunes, you know?
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. We kind of already dealt with when people. Well, we got roughly 20. Hold on, let me see how much time we got. We got 15 more minutes, and I like how everything on this list. I like how there's more or less an outline for your book that you're writing. Yeah, it's gonna be a classic. Um, we kind of already touched on that. When people show you who they are, believe them.
Well, actually, with that, I wanted to basically say, one of the biggest problems we have as black men is we, because they always say the difference between a logical man and a man that's in darkness is the logical man, he accepts the world for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And the man that's in darkness, he sees the world as he wants to see it. And I think that's one of the biggest problems that we have in this space is that people basically do not believe people when they show them who they are, right? Like I said, if you go and you put somebody's name and you put exposed, you're going to see a lot of things that are questionable about a lot of people in this space. And one of the things that I'm hearing a lot of is this is a business, right? That is very alarming to me that people are saying this is a business. Now, are you expecting to be compensated for your time? Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But if you are following this is a business model, then who are the people that are listening to your lives and your chats? They are just customers, right? If you know any business, right? They do not respect the consumers. They do not respect the customers. Who do they respect? They respect the investors. So Disney does not give a fuck about people who own Disney Plus. Marvel doesn't give a fuck about people who goes to their movies. All they care about is the stockholders, the people that are investing. They don't care about the customers. So when you hear people say this is a business, they are basically saying, I don't give a fuck about the people who are listening to my broadcast. I only care about the people that's up here with me. And if that is the case, then the people who are listening is not getting the value that they came for. Like I said, you have to pay attention. When Bernard Raleigh gets on, what is Bernard Raleigh selling you? When Oheen Imara gets on and he's talking to you, what is he selling you? Right? And this is what we as black men have to start doing. We have to start paying attention to these people. So when somebody shows you who they are, and everybody is showing you who they are, whether you know it or not, whether you're paying attention, Bernard Raleigh shows you who he is. I show you who I am, just like these other content creators. They are showing you who they are. And when they do that, you need to believe them. Don't make excuses for them. Don't say, oh, they was just having a bad day or this did that. It's too many fucking coincidences for people to say, okay, this is not real, right? So that's what I'm saying. Oh, okay, Golden Eagle 99, he's saying the truth, right? He said Disney screwed up the Marvel movies and all of that. Why? Because they don't give a fuck about what you think. They only care about the stakeholders, and that's why they making all of these feminist movies. And now you see what they doing. They're making Cruella DeVille the cool chick. She's the cool hot chick, right? She's
let me ask you this: wouldn't in this YouTube equation, the people who listen to the show, by listening to the show, by liking the show, that helps send it out there, which means the content creator gets more AdSense, and then those who super chat and cash app directly, wouldn't they be considered shareholders in this equation?
No, not at all. Because see, here's the thing. you're not you don't look at these people as customers, right? You look at them as family. You look at them as people who support, and things like that. But if the moment Bernard Riley says this is a business, right? You are selling a product at that moment. You think Hasbro or PlayStation gives a fuck about what I think, me buying their their PlayStation 5? You think Xbox gives a fuck about what I think buying their Xbox? No, I'm giving them my money because I want their product, but they don't give a fuck about what I think about their games or how they run their company. Now, if I go and buy 2 billion shares worth of PlayStation or Microsoft, then they'll basically invite me to the office and give me some hot cocoa and donuts and ask me how I'm feeling and shit like that. But the moment you say that this is a business, the people who are giving super chats, the people who are giving cash apps, the people that are in the chat, they are customers at that point. And no business gives a fuck about what customers think. That's why you got all these terrible ass movies. That's why you got all these terrible ass products, because nobody gives a fuck about what the customers think. All they care about is making money. That's it.
That's an interesting concept. I kind of view it different. I always view like I said, taking it back to a YouTube channel, the people who supported are in many ways. I always viewed them, more or less like investors or contributors to it. So in that sense, I do care about their opinions and do value what they think or what they say. But I don't know. I mean, it's YouTube is a
Listen,
I'm hearing your concepts. I'm hearing your concepts, but I don't put it like this. Well,
if you
I
buy
doubt people. I always say it. The people who watch the show and contribute to the show, they're the heartbeat of the show in many ways of a channel.
Yeah.
So I definitely value them.
Yes,
Rather you view it as a business or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, interesting concepts.
no, the thing is, listen, if you purchase a $800 course about how to get chicks, are you an investor or are you a customer?
Oh, okay. Now I get where you're going.
You see what I'm saying? So now, if you say, "Listen, I'm gonna pay to help you produce these videos," now you're an investor, right?
Gotcha.
So that's what's going. So when somebody says this is a business, my antennas go up because I'm like, you are now seeing all of these people as consumers, and nobody has respect for consumers. How many people have sold consumers rotten meat or bad products and shit like that? Because nobody cares about consumers. They only care about the investors. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying.
All right, now I think I understand you a little better on that one. Jonathan Barronville in the building. He says, "Here's the thing, brother. I don't care about men exposing other men. That's feminine. A lot of the content you're referring to is just entertainment." Yeah, it's those some of them dating coaches in the white manosphere. Yeah, they got weird junk going on over there. I've seen some of those exposed. I've seen some of those exposed videos. I watched a little bit of it and kept it moving. I don't really care. They over there clowning.
That's what I'm saying. But pay attention to what is being said. First, my thing is I don't respect or like when people dox other people.
Right.
And I don't like or respect when people put other people's information out there. But once it's out there, I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to see what's going on. And like I said, even let's take that out of there. Let's say there's no exposed videos. Forget that. Just pay attention to what people are doing and what they are saying. Mm-hmm. And they are going to let you know who they are in their statements. Like I said, when people make statements, pay attention to what they're saying. Don't just write it off. And this is one of the reasons that the Black community is in shambles. We got preachers that steal money or sleep with other people's wives. And then he comes back and he says, I have sinned, and everybody forgive him. And he's back up there doing the same bullshit. We got politicians that treat us like shit. all these motherfuckers that voted for Joe Biden, and this motherfucker just came out and he told you, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. People think that was a term of endearment, but what he was really saying is, if you don't vote for me, you're not as fucking stupid as I think you are. You dumbass niggas are supposed to vote for Democrats no matter what we do to y'all. And they dumbasses went out there and voted for them. So pay attention when people show you who they are, believe them. Don't make excuses for them. Don't say, but this is different. Don't come up with nothing to excuse what happened. Just accept what happened. And that's the problem with black people. We keep trying to find the light at the end of the tunnel. No, if that's what that motherfucker did, that's what he did. Don't make an excuse. Don't say it was his off day. It was different. None of that bullshit. People show you who they are. Believe them. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Zenit Host Clutch in the building says Bernard Raleigh exposed for buying Patti LaBelle pie last week at Walmart. More at 11.
Patti LaBelle got a pie?
You ain't know that?
Nah, I ain't know that, bro.
It's delicious.
I'll buy one just to support. I mean, I love Patti LaBelle, man.
Jonathan Berryville says, I tune in to Fresh and Fit literally only because it's entertaining watching modern women self-destruct, and I don't mind supporting those brothers. Shout out to JB once again with another one.
Here's the problem, Jonathan. But by the way, shout out and respect to you because you supporting hard, bro. But here's the problem.
That's my guy.
After you turn off that show or any of these shows that's here for entertainment, how do I then go to JP Morgan Chase or Bank of America or TD Bank with that information that they gave me and turn it into some type of monetization? Can I use it in any way? See, the problem is we are grown ass men and we don't have the time to play around in bullshit and listen to a bunch of dudes talk about bullshit that don't matter. Why are we listening to dudes talking to airhead bitches that don't know anything about life and don't have any cares in the world when we are on the cusp of one of the greatest financial wealth transfers in the history of the world? This is the greatest moment for black men to come out of their position and become some of the most wealthiest people on the planet. You don't have time to watch these shows and let these dudes talk about bullshit and talk about getting iPhones, and if it don't have this color bubble, then they're not going to talk to you. You don't have time for that because the door on crypto is closing. That train is moving, and if you get left behind, you are done. You got to wait another 500 years before the next new technology comes along. So, think of how long the US dollar's been around. That shit is dying now. People don't even use it. I think people look at you funny if you pull out cash right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we don't have the time to play those games.
Dark Knight Mentality in the building. He says, I understand what Oheen is saying, but we as customers are the reason why these businesses don't care. We don't hold them accountable by not patronizing them. Shout out to Dark Knight Mentality. Rod of God Podcast says Sonic the Hedgehog was literally redone for tens of millions of dollars because of fan reaction to the trailer. Thank you for the super.
How about what you call it? How about what's that movie? Captain Marvel. Everybody hated that. Mm-hmm. Everybody hated that. What did Disney tell you? They said, fuck you. We don't care what you want. We still putting this bullshit out. Exactly. So don't tell me about one movie when you got tens of millions of movies that they done made since 2019, basically letting you know, fuck you. We don't care what you think. Right? Nobody gives a fuck about what a consumer thinks. That's why they call you a consumer, not an investor. Nobody gives a fuck about what customers want. They give you what you get and you like it. That's why FIFA is one of the top selling sports games, and EA puts out all of these monetizing games. People always complain about the fact that EA is jerking them around. And what does EA do every year? They say, fuck you. We putting out this next version and we gonna monetize that too, because nobody gives a fuck about what a consumer thinks. So stop making excuses. This is what I'm talking about. When people show you who they are, believe them. Stop making excuses for motherfuckers that are fucking you over. Nobody gives a fuck about you. That's why so many people lost their jobs. That's why so many people are out of work and getting ready to lose their homes. The government doesn't give a fuck about you. These companies don't give a fuck about you. That's why they're selling. That's why they're giving you free weed and beer and burgers to get their shots, because they don't give a fuck about you. That's why they making people sign. They're making people sign waivers. So if something happens to you, they can't be liable for what happens to you, because they don't give a fuck about what happens to you. Stop making excuses for people, bro. They're showing you they don't give a fuck about you, and you're still gonna sit here and tell me, well, Sonic the Hedgehog, they did his movie over again. Get the fuck out of here, bro. This is what I'm talking about with black men. We love to make excuses. That's why we don't have shit. Everybody else is buying the fucking property. Everybody else is doing the investing. And we sitting here believing in motherfuckers that don't care about us. They telling us to our faces they don't give a fuck about us. And you motherfuckers are still standing in line voting for these motherfuckers. This nigga Joe Biden lets you know that he don't give a fuck about you and he ain't gonna do shit for you. And what did everybody do? They got their stupid asses online and they voted for him anyway. What the fuck is wrong with these dudes out here? Like, come on, bro. I'm telling you, stop. When people show you who the fuck they are, stop making fucking excuses and believe them. This is why I don't fuck with this space, bro, because y'all talking about some stupid bullshit, yo. You talking about some stupid bullshit. We over here, the crypto gang is making more money than we ever made in our fucking life. Bro. And you over here talking some bullshit. Stop making excuses for people who don't give a fuck about you. But this is what I was talking about, Bernard Raleigh. No matter how much truth you bring, no matter how much logic you bring, there's gonna be somebody that comes through and say, fuck that. I am comfortable in my prison. I like losing. I'm okay with being at the bottom. I'm okay with black men being last in education. I'm okay with black men being last in employment. I'm okay with black men being last in owning business and property and real estate and wealth. I'm okay with us having a legacy of living in the projects. I am okay with all of us being poor. And that's ultimately what dudes are saying. But get the fuck out of here, because the crypto gang, we not about that life. We about that winning shit. I don't even understand that language. So there you go, man. Woo.
Oh man. Just went in, went hard, went ham, and damn, my camera just cut off. All right. We at the 3-hour mark. That's where I normally wrap it up. We didn't get to everything on the list, but you do got to close it out with the last thing on the list where it says crypto is the future. Take us home with that one. And then we about to get up out of here.
Very important. Gentlemen, grown men should only have conversations about money, crypto, real estate, STEM programs, and traveling. If we're not talking about that, what the fuck are we talking about? Basically, gentlemen, the future is now, and the future is cryptocurrency. This is why the Biden administration is trying to pass all kinds of legislation to regulate cryptocurrency, because they know this is the direction of the society right now. China owns over 51% of Bitcoin. Pretty much Vitalik Buterin, his coin is supported by Russia. This is the future. Cryptocurrency is the opportunity that you have never had before in your life. You have never had the opportunity to chase wealth ever before in your life. The government and the systems and the structures were designed to keep you in a subservient position. This is what has kept Black people in poverty all of our lives. Here comes cryptocurrency, and it totally rips that idea apart. This is your time to change the legacy of your family. If you grew up in the projects, if you grew up with rats and roaches, if you grew up with very little money and struggling and suffering, this is your time to take and build a new future for yourself and your legacy, your children. Teach them about this investing, teach them about basically how to grow their funds. Tell them to basically stop being consumers. All right. You don't need a fucking iPhone every week. You don't need that brand new car. You don't need all of those things. You need to focus on real estate. You need to focus on investing. You need to focus on traveling and getting out of this country. Only when you travel, only when men travel, do they understand. Like, you can only see the prison from the outside, right? So shout out to my man Brandon Corbina. So again, you can only see this prison from the outside, right? So again, gentlemen, cryptocurrency is the future, but it's also now. If you are not in this game, you are going to be left behind, because this is and everybody's letting you. Matter of fact, let me show you. 1 second. Let me bring this up for you. I want you to understand what is happening here. And like I said, everything I said today, just assume I lied, right? Assume that I am a liar, okay? But I want to bring this up for you guys. 1 second. All right. Here you go, Bernard. I know you gotta get out of here. I just want to show you this real quick.
Oh no, go ahead.
Okay. You got it?
Yeah.
All right. So I just typed in cryptocurrency, right? Look at this. All right. So you see me scrolling down, right? What color is everybody? What color are all these people?
Beige.
Right?
Yeah.
See, the rest of the world understand what cryptocurrency
Hey, there go one.
Nah, that's Floyd Mayweather, and he getting in trouble because he was shilling a coin. Okay, here go one, right? Look at all of this. Look at all of this. Why? Because we so busy listening to dudes selling us dating courses and how to chase women and what they think and what they like. Everybody else is moving without you. This is another party that if you don't get in now, you're going to be left out of. Okay? This is to show you that basically you don't have fucking time to sit around and listen to bullshit. You only have time to focus on what's real. Cryptocurrency is the future. And if you don't get into this shit right now, prepare to live another 500 years in poverty and squalor, because that is what you're dooming your children to, and their children after that. Bottom line.
I'm a little wait. Good stuff. Theo Wolf in the building. He says, this is true. You can only be free outside of the U.S. It's a bubble here. And if you want a woman, make sure your passport is up to date. Shout out to Theo Wolf. Shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to Oheen. Brought the heat, brought the fire. He brought so much heat, came equipped with so much heat and so much fire. We didn't even need to do no panel today, man. And we still ain't get to everything. So shout out to Ill, man. It was definitely a great show. If you're not subscribed to the Crypto Gang podcast, you are certainly doing yourself a disservice. Make sure you get over there, and I highly recommend become a Patreon of this brother. Formally join the crypto gang. You need to formally join it. Become a Patreon. Join his channel. Join it all. Join. You know what to do. And with that said, we are out of here. Thank you, everybody who super chatted, Cash App, like, shared, subscribed, or even if you just watched in indifference. Shout out to ikey5.com who keeps sending me Cash Apps under that name. Right at the buzzer. I'm glad I checked. Shout out to ikey5.com, D-Rock Den, Lim Hendricks, Shannon B, Marcus G, Mr. Palmer, Little Big Nate, Blur. Got a lot of Cash Apps today. Y'all came through hard and heavy on the Cash App end. Look, thank you, everybody. Man, we out of here. Peace.